He's where all the shit is. Underwood radio check.
All stations, this is 1-0, radio check, over.
1 Charlie, radio check, okay, over.
2-1, baby boy.
Yeah.
1-2 Charlie, radio check, okay, over.
As many boxes as you want.
1-3 Charlie, radio check, okay, over.
I'll refresh the boxes.
1-0, radio check, okay.
To get you to make 1 300 belt.
Dundee, radio check.
Radio check, okay.
Gibbons.
Once you've got your ammo, just meet me
Hamilton
outside in a bit, or just behind you, and we'll go over that.
Do you want me to take any?
Roger that. Will do.
Nah.
Where's the dog one?
I've not seen the dog yet.
Right, Epsilon, are you there?
He's over there. Behind us.
Beach radio check.
Radio check, okay.
Do much at the minute.
Yeah. He's kind of sliding around in his arse a bit.
Yeah, we haven't had him dewormed yet.
Oh yeah, Spencer, give me 2 seconds.
I think 25 should be enough.
Of your imagination.
Beautiful singing.
Refreshing the boxes.
Brace, brace, brace.
Yes. Yeah.
Duffy.
Yep.
Why am I not in any units?
Come join me. We're over by the ammo boxes and shit.
Gonna be over.
Yeah, but I wonder where it started.
Well, that's because he has the wrong version.
Strange.
I have the wrong version?
And I don't know how you get the wrong version unless you download it.
Huh?
Default for another command or something.
What?
Yes.
No, you get that one all.
Okay. So they're not talking to me.
Grab more splint. Grab
Shit,
more
that's a lot of
splints.
users.
Yeah, they're. Yeah.
Turn that shit off. Don't need to listen to the woman waffling in your ear.
The splints
Yeah, I
right in
would,
this
but
box.
you see,
The only
then
ones
whenever I'm
right
sat
there.
in TeamSpeak normally, people sneak into the channel.
Yeah, Spencer.
I can't abide that.
Just
go
someone
for-
sitting
follow
there
me.
and all of a sudden you just hear,
You can
Ooga booga!
Yeah, literally. You're like, oh, okay. I am no longer alone.
Oh, hi user. Fuck it, I'm gonna be 1 ammo boy. And get an AT piece as well.
I mean, I've got one.
Right guys, when you're done, set up yourselves in a herringbone between the 2 barracks buildings.
Yeah, so pretty much Epsilon is.
I
Yeah,
will
he
hold
re-downloaded
the
T-Pop or something. I don't know what. Or... That would be up to his IC to find out that part.
What's my fucking dum done?
He downloaded TFAR for, I don't know, it's a different version of TFAR, so he must have been playing Arma on a different server that requires it. The rest of that information is up to you to find out, but I banned the remaining parts and got him fixed.
Why are people so fucking thick?
Yeah, it's okay, but I'm just saying that's what he did.
As long as it doesn't affect our uptime, and this is affecting our uptime.
Fantastic.
Come from there, Peach.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Yeah, have you got him sorted, Chloe?
Yeah, he should be sorted. I told him where to download it, in case he has any issues. I've also told him just re-download hours from the
Kind of
repo, and then
Repo's off for uptime, remember?
He kind of just sort of.
then
does
if he
his own
doesn't
thing.
have it, he can't re-download
Even
it.
still, he's a good boy. I love him. He
That
stays.
is.
Lovely.
Just got Spain in my ear.
Yeah, so if he still has the mod, it should be a different
Fucking
folder.
helicopter fly past my house as
But
well.
if he doesn't have it, then I can't help him at that point
Do you want me to grab anything?
without turning on the repo.
What's the matter?
Fair enough, just message him in like 5-10 minutes to find out what the crack
What
is.
do you want as Underwood?
If you don't mind. Just
Isn't
one
the
of you.
repo turned off though to
Yeah, but he should have it
Stop
anyway.
He should have it anyway. That's the thing. If he doesn't, then
By the word.
I don't. We can't really help him at that point.
No, but he should have it anyway. So yeah, Pelly or Underwood, one of you just message him like for
What?
5 minutes to find out what the crack is.
Yeah.
Do you want me to carry 18?
Yeah, just come to me if
Please.
message me or something.
I guess the fallout thing.
Peach, should we take them all?
For the
Oh yeah, you have.
Oh, fucking get on with
Sure,
it.
I'll grab one.
Dear Margrab, N-Law, everyone else who is not AR, please grab a 84 for me.
Actually, yeah, Faye, go get yourself a 80, please. Same for you, Morgan. 84.
We're gonna get very drunk and icy. Yes. We get very drunk. No, we're not.
Moonwalking guy over there.
Morgan? Yeah, go get yourself an 84, mate.
Deal with her after.
Oh, got my ATP.
Connolly other side of me.
Yeah, sorry, I was just my controls. 2 seconds, sorry.
Spencer, join into the herringbone here with the people in the on the tack.
Right, so Spencer, you're going to be facing southeast.
Weapons.
Your face that way. Yeah, I guess. Connolly, shift over.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I'm in my controls, sorry.
Okay, Roger. I was saying, wait.
You what, sorry?
You're taking the point, aren't you?
No, Peach is taking point.
On my stream.
Right,
Wait, what?
for-
Okay.
Yep.
Right, I'm here, yeah.
Only because you're probably not going to be doing much radio shit, as it's going to be counterinsurgency stuff. So, yeah, if there's Apaches for fucking people with rags on their head, there's a bit of an issue.
A bit more.
But yeah.
Hey, this is the best kind of use for the Apache.
And blue.
Morgan need to fit
Oh,
in.
Prince Harry.
Morgan, you're between me and Spittle.
But yeah, so you obviously because you'll be on
So I'll
command.
put Morgan as a
As soon as you
here
start
well.
hearing commands and stuff like that, start plotting yourself some routes and stuff.
Yeah.
Top notch.
This map is completely new to me though. How big is it?
You'll be Delta
Fucking
Point.
huge.
How have you never done tacky?
I've never been on Pakistan.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
E for throwing smokes and grenades. I'm having to use ace. So stay on.
6. All this.
Okay.
Underwood?
So, mate,
No, my buttons
Is
aren't
this all your section here?
apart from one who's having TFAR issues, yeah.
But otherwise, everyone in the servers here.
I believe so.
But Morgan, for the time being, can you go?
Tell a lie, one lie,
say you
missing.
are part of that lot?
Yeah, Epsilon isn't here.
Yeah, Epsilon's having TFAR issues, so he's probably joined another unit at some point or something and downloaded their TFAR, which is then conflicted with Val's. So I'll find out what's happening, but otherwise Pelly's set him straight and he's not
Can
even
you
in the
do
channel
Team select and go
for TeamSpeak. So I'm waiting for him to sort that out and then join us.
So yeah, Scraper, hold down the Windows key and the control left control.
Right, well, I'm gonna go fill up my water bottle and get beer and stuff, so we're not the same.
Righto.
Okay.
Also, I'm aware that I have the wrong backpack on, but I spawned with naked and had to get a load up from the Austin.
Chomley's not in yet, and Matthew's in. Sorry?
In server wise.
In the server, yes. Hold on, let me just jump out for 2 seconds to grab the other suits.
Right, Roger.
Why is Epsilon in one section, team?
Right. Okay, everyone on your feet. Follow me. Score circle on my front.
Peachy boy.
Section on Spittle.
Combat air patrol, which means jet on jet action.
Score circle in front of me. I welcome you all to the schoolroom of Takistan. It has nothing.
Just like Takistan.
Yeah, just like Takistan.
Got bombed, it's getting rebuilt.
Right, Underwood, you seem to have a lone guy back there.
Yeah, he's gone AFK.
Right, Roger. Can everyone hear me okay?
No.
I suggest you come stand here then, Mikhail. Okay, chaps, after our little incident last op, either from 1-1 or 1-3, it is unknown currently, where we had a couple of civilians taken out unneededly. I'm going to give you a half an hour lesson on LOAC, which is the operational law of the British forces, so that's law of armed conflict. Now, I'll be taking with this first for about half an hour, and then we'll be going off to put these skills into practice by a lovely mission done by Daesh. Then if we've got enough time at the end, we will be doing a bit of Valen training with some IEDs. The quicker we get through this, the quicker we hopefully get some IEDs done later in the night. Right, from IC, is there any questions about the scheme of manoeuvre for tonight?
Now, mate. Gibbons isn't here, so it's me and you.
Yeah, that's fine. So I thought someone was asking a question, I thought it was Hendrix, but I could swear it was Pelly then, over there. Right, chaps, so essentially the law of armed conflict is what governs every soldier on the battlefield. It essentially forms the basis of your morals, essentially. So why do you do it? Essentially it's the laws and Geneva Conventions, because otherwise you will be branded a war criminal and you will be detained. Simple fact. This contributes to the mission success, especially in the coin-op, and obviously if you didn't already know, we are going to be going into a coin-op in this campaign coming up, and that's when obviously civilian opinion, and obviously the opinion of the media back at home, and obviously the government opinion is going to play quite heavily into how we operate. If we don't have government support, we might not have supplies or safe routes, or local security for our bases, and obviously if we don't have local support, we're probably going to get heckled by the civilian populace quite a lot, and hassled everywhere we go. So the better we make their opinion of us, the better it's going to be for us. So obviously when the laws of armed conflict are not obeyed, this is essentially when military operations fail. This is when the home opinion and obviously support decreases, which can obviously be seen when the United States in Vietnam, when their support at home decreased, and obviously then support for the war overall decreased. And obviously we'll also decrease our international support from our allies. And obviously us as being British and part of NATO, our international support from NATO partners is going to be quite important. So, for the example I just gave, so obviously when it's not applied, I'll give you an example. In Vietnam 1968, there was 400 civilians killed in a massacre in My Lai in 1968. It's when faulty intelligence was given to the troops and they air assaulted in and practically wiped out an entire village because of faulty intel that was filled with civilians and children. Obviously for a coin-op, but where we're going, that's probably going to be catastrophic for us. It's going to be end of operation. So we don't want that kind of thing to happen. So, in bare basic terms, what does this mean to you? Don't shoot frickin' civilians. Don't do unlawful actions, and be friendly and accept the local customs. So for example, if I remember correctly, in Pakistan we were last here in November, we went through a village and one of the guy's goats got shot. And their local tradition basically said they worshipped the goat and they weren't very happy with us after that. It's things like that. Some of which might be mundane can be considered to be a local insult. And I'm pretty sure as Zeus's will be using that against you. So essentially be polite to local populace, accept their local customs, and essentially don't fuck up. Right. Kind of already... Oh, bye-bye. I'm guessing the Belgians didn't want to hear about possible war crimes. Okay, so when is the LOAC applied? Basically, it's applied everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go, because LOAC is applied as your basis of morals to every operation. So if you can imagine this as a bubble of what you're able to do, LOAC is the biggest one. So you have all of your abilities. And then obviously the rules of engagements, our ROE, such as Card Alpha, Bravo and Charlie, is what constrains those even further. Right. Right, point to note. Other countries will have other laws and sign other conventions in armed conflict to us. So just because you see an American shooting up a town for no given reason doesn't mean we can do it. That makes a lot of sense, right? Right. Any questions?
Just to specify, Chumley, if you shoot up a town, that doesn't mean the rest of us are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not here, though.
I'll be going on to that if other people in the section don't comply. But yeah. Any questions from what I've just covered?
No.
Now, obviously, this applies to Flight Boys, and I know this is going to be resisting the big urges to bomb cities. So, behave, Pelly. Okay, so this unfortunately doesn't fit into a very nice, neat acronym, so it would have been nice if it did. But this is the basic principles for you to know applying to LOAC. So you have military
have you talked to Cam yet, or no?
I asked him how it's going. He said he thinks he fixed it, but then when he tried to reconnect again, it's fucked itself. So
I'll
I
repeat
don't
those
know what's
again.
happening
So
with that.
military necessity,
Alright, I'll go and try and
humanity,
rename again.
distinction.
You are a darling, thank you.
Everyone
Alright.
got those. Lovely. Right.
Could you
So
say it again, sorry?
military necessity, humanity, distinction, and proportionality. Now I know for people across the pond, proportionality doesn't quite come into your vocabulary all the time. So. Right.
Oh,
So.
it comes into mind.
Oh, shots fired.
So military necessity. Essentially, this is a command decision whether to go or no go for the current operation. So essentially, best way to approach this is give an example. So say for example, there are two villages on your line in advance. First village has a couple of insurgents inside it. You know it's hostile, and the village ahead of you is where your objective is. Get to your objective, you've got to either go through that village or go around it. So the military necessity basic goes. To achieve my mission, do I need to take out these hostiles in front of me? If the answer is yes, then obviously you engage. If it's no, you obviously reroute around it. However, if then the diversion would, say, for example, cause you loss of life further down the line, you would obviously...
Jesus fucking Christ. Who was that?
Maguire.
Jesus.
Fuck me.
I'm just going to iterate this now. Everyone should have their safeties on when they're in Airborne and base.
I have mine on.
Right, let's make this even better. Everyone put their fucking rifles on their back.
What's this?
How do you do that?
Press 0.
Military necessity.
Everyone put their guns on their back.
Maguire.
I'm guessing he's disconnecting or something.
Or he's not there.
He's still looking around. Oh, there he is.
That'll do.
Yep, that'll do. Yeah, Scrapper, unfortunately your view's now going to be a bit blocked.
I'm going to shift him for you.
Again.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah,
Spittle isn't. Spittle nearly isn't. You nearly shot him.
Right. Put your weapon on your back, Maguire. Press 0.
He's got his gun out
and
again.
Spencer.
Is he AFK? He's AFK. Spencer, put the gun away.
You need to press 0, mate, if you don't know how to 0. Okay.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, just to explain that, the computer fell off and onto the floor. That was the reason for that.
The computer fell off.
What? Hold on.
All right, you may not believe this, but it was a gust of wind.
No, you're correct. I don't believe that. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, I
Gust
think
of
so,
wind hit your
too.
trigger finger 3 times.
Right, I'm going to write that down. Mean to be made later.
All right.
Has to make it into
You
the
deemed a
description.
Gust of
military
wind
necessity
blew
to kill
my
you so you can
laptop
end
off.
Boston.
And in reaching for it to try and stop it falling down, I accidentally pressed the mouse. So sorry for the accidental discharge.
Right, let's go.
Right. Well, it's negligent,
Got
actually.
space, sir.
Okay, so essentially, military necessity is if do you need to take out the enemy in front of you to achieve your mission? So will it aid your primary mission with minimal collateral damage? So essentially, I'll repeat again the example. Your objective is in the following village, but the one in front of you has insurgents in it. You need to make the decision if whether or not taking them out is going to aid your mission. So obviously, say for example, the distance between the two villages, and they probably can't redeploy quickly, we can probably safely divert around them. However, if they are organised, motorised units, and if we divert, they're probably going to counter-attack us in the rear, which is obviously we don't want. So we then more than likely have to take them out. So that's essentially the military necessity, essentially to go, no-go on attacking an enemy. So then comes humanity. This essentially is just, we want to forbid suffering and destruction of nothing unnecessary on the civilian area to accomplish our mission. So essentially that means we don't go around destroying their shops and their lives. Right, distinction. This is essentially your PID. You distinguish between an enemy force and the civilians, or combatants and non-combatants. So combatants is the enemy soldiers, ones engaging directly in hostile activities. Non-combatants, they can come under priests and medics. So obviously keep an eye out for those, because they may be wearing the same uniform, same MTP, but there'll be subtle differences like the red cross on their arm, or they've got a priest, I want to say scarf, but you know what I mean.
Question.
Yeah?
How would we differentiate between, say, like a combat medic or a regular medic? Because I'm fairly sure both would be armed.
normal medics
No, yeah, they're
within
not.
the combat medics are.
So, sorry, could you repeat? I had trouble writing it down while I was trying to get humanity because you read it really quickly.
Okay, so humanity is basically we forbid suffering and destruction. That's not necessarily the completion of the mission.
I didn't get distinction.
Okay, distinction between enemy forces and civilians, and combatants and non-combatants.
It's behind this house.
It's landing. Bear with it.
Oh, okay.
So obviously combatants is the.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What a landing!
I like how we're the professional ones here. Okay.
I'm really glad that I got that in the window.
Thank you for
Yes.
repeating.
Yes, no problem. So combatants are the soldiers, ones engaging hostile activities, and non-combatants are the ones not engaging hostile activity. So that's the medics and the priests. So,
That was weird.
and obviously the distinction, we must only target military targets. So what is a military target? Is a definite military advantage towards the enemy. So say for example, a civilian object like a church is normally protected, so we would not be able to destroy it. However, if it's got a machine gun or a enemy sniper inside of it, it would lose its civilian protection, and then we could destroy it or engage it at least. Right, so final one is proportionality. This is essentially whether or not our use of force is appropriate to the scenario. So a given example is if there's a guy down there and he's engaging us, we would normally open up with our rifles. That would be proportional. However, what is not proportional is to get a tank to blow him to smithereens, because that's completely excessive and going to cause damage to the local area. There's only one exception to that, is that if that is the only weapon which can take him out, then you use it. So obviously the reason for that is to limit the civilian casualties in the area and to limit the damage.
I'd be concerned if you ever needed an airstrike to take out one guy.
So what you're saying, if I get this right, my weapons are both jammed. I've only got an 84. I'm fine to hit him.
Hypothetically.
You probably unjam your weapon first.
If both your weapons are jammed, I think you've got more worrying issues at that point.
Like where the rest of your section is.
Just so I can specify what is a good use of my time. That's all.
Yeah. So obviously, for example, but again, say if there's an enemy building being garrisoned and it's essentially performing a blockhouse, then the use of an AT might be warranted as proportional. Right, so the humanity, distinction and proportionality form the human aspects of the basic principles, whereas the military necessity performs the mission parameter. But obviously the humanity and distinction and proportionality, they inform, essentially you get a nice opinion of whether or not your military necessity to attack that target is proportional to the human cost, essentially. So you essentially go back on the loop and go, is the risk of human life and destruction here worth the military necessity? And if the answer is yes, it is, you can go in and do an attack. Obviously, this mainly applies to a coin-op when we're trying to limit our destruction to the local area.
I got a
Any questions
question.
about the, yeah?
Yeah. Military necessity, that's formally for platoon command, right?
No. So it's ICs as well. Because obviously you wouldn't be the first one engaging. So in, let's say, a town area, we're doing Fibua. Sorry, let's say we're patrolling through a town, and there's then a checkpoint up ahead, but it might be around a market. You need to decide then, using those principles, if you can attack them or not, whilst keeping the civilian casualties low. If you think you can, then obviously you can engage to push on to your objective. However, if there's lots of civilians around, you're probably not going to be able to attack them.
Okay, that's clear.
Because the humanity aspect outweighs the military necessity.
Yeah, okay.
But obviously, I'm sure Lewis will butt in and inform you whether or not this is worth our time, essentially.
If you're not sure, flag it up the chain to me of whether or not you can do it, and I'm more than likely just going to say just fucking slot them. But depending on how bad it is, it might be a case of nah, hold off.
Yeah, because again, if there's lots of market activity, children, they don't want to see a firefight going on, do we? It's going to look bad.
Didn't think we could spawn children.
Dogs then.
There's a mod for it. Don't tempt me.
Let's not get off
one of these boring games that doesn't have children?
Listen in.
Keep that away from Spain, shall we?
Right. So is there any other questions about the basic principles? Lovely. So,
what can stop, let's say, Upwork from like using those principles against us?
if they are a legitimate nation, they should have signed at least similar-ish treaties, such as the United States. However, they won't be completely bound to the exact same. So, for example, they can use landmines, napalm, and crap like that, whereas we can't. So they are more loose. Again, what treaties they've signed are not going to be saying what we have signed. So we can't control what they do. They may be completely hands-off and like go kill everybody, but again, they're not going to have much international support. And again, say for a terrorist organization, they're not going to be bound to any treaties whatsoever, are they?
Yeah, exactly. So imagine the following situation: a guy disguised as a priest approaches you.
Mhm.
Underneath his robe, he has an explosive device. What do you do?
As soon as he starts to, so again, I'll come on to this later, the point called self-defense. So if at any point there is a threat to human life, either be it yours or somebody else's, you are allowed to engage. They will lose their protective status at that point.
What I was always taught is that if you genuinely believe your life is in danger, if you kill someone because you genuinely believe that they are about to kill you or harm you in some way, no one can take that right away from you because it's self-defense. You're well within your right to protect yourself.
I'll give a few examples of this later as well.
It is a dangerous loophole, but then in that situation, you would then go afterwards. Of course, there would be a shitload of investigation to make sure that it's not something that's taken like, oh, okay, self-defense. There would be a ridiculous amount of investigation afterwards, but that's a whole other thing.
Right, moving on. So, again, talking about the priests. So, protected persons. There's essentially two categories here. We have the medical. So those are your Red Cross, your doctors. These are protected underneath, so we can't touch them essentially. But also this includes people assigned to the medical units as well, not just the actual medics and doctors. So medical personnel don't lose their protective status just because they're armed. So say for example there's a field hospital, they can be guards outside protecting that field hospital, and they are still protected under international law and our laws. We cannot engage them. So,
I have another question. What about paratrooper who is parachuting?
you can engage him.
Okay.
Paratrooper is still counted as an offensive action, so if there's a paratrooper's airborne operation, you can engage targets in air. The only exception to that is if it is a plane in distress and the pilots are ejecting, then they are protected. Right.
Have you gone over reading people their rights?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
because
sure
I
you
clarified with
and the
an
coppers,
RMP earlier today that they still use the same rights.
I guess that's something you can practice, Gibbons, and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Alright.
But that's an RMP though. Like I don't think that would apply to us.
Yeah,
I could use a refresher,
they're
Gibbons.
military police. That's the whole other thing. If
Yeah.
you're just a fucking grunt on the ground, you've got completely different standards. You'd pass them on to the RMP afterwards, but it wouldn't be the RMP who deals with them up front. You know what I mean?
So like if we had to restrain someone in the field, we wouldn't just fucking put the bill theme tune on and go from there.
Yeah. I'll come on to CPAs in a bit though. Regarding finally the medical personnel, auxiliary personnel such as stretcher bearers are protected as long as they're performing the medical duty. As soon as they come away from that, they lose their protection. And again, same protection applies to religious personnel, so that's priests and chaplains. So regarding those two categories, the medical and the religious, if we ever capture one, they are called retained personnel, and when we can capture them, but we can't keep them, so they must be released back to their friendly forces. And obviously, iterating, we must not mistreat any of our captured persons at all. That's going to look very bad. Right, so that's protected people. Protected objects. This is pretty self-explanatory. Anything that's medical, cultural, anything that could be dangerous, such as a nuclear power plant, that is protected. Anything which is civilian, and obviously survival of the population. That could be like wells or water plants, anything that's going to aid the survival of the civilian population. Gates?
Sorry, did you run over the arrested people thing again? What were they called? The
retained personnel.
Retained personnel.
That's only applied to medical and religious. So if they're medical or religious, that they are essentially called retained personnel. and then obviously once we process them, they have to be released again. Right, any questions about the protected people or objects?
Yeah, the buildings, please.
What about them?
It's just the dangerous stuff and the stuff that's related to survival of the populace, right?
Yes, no, so it's medical, cultural, dangerous agents, so that's include like radiological, chemical, and obviously then civilian objects like standard homes, and then survival of populations like farms, waterworks, wells, that kind of thing. So if you take that away, it's going to could really harm the population, its survival.
Are chapel and churches considered cultural?
Yes.
Okay.
A church is normally protected. And cultural sites too. But they kind of go tandem. Right. So this one, again, is aimed at everyone. However, it's going to be primarily, or at least more iteratively, applied to the ICs. So accountability. So obviously, we all must obey a lawful order. If you don't, you're going to get punished for it. However, what you must not do is obey an unlawful order. So if you're given an unlawful order, such as engage a civilian target, and you think it's civilian, and you can confirm what you can currently see, you must question the order, confirm it, make sure it's not just a misinterpretation of the words. Then obviously relay to your IC that, I think this is a civilian target. And at that point, if he's still telling you to engage, you essentially log what happened and just don't do anything. You will not be punished for that. Right, so for command, obviously you have the responsibility of your subordinates. So essentially, if one of your guys you think is engaging civilian targets, you must take responsibility and stop them immediately. Intervention. This goes for everyone. If you see someone engaging in a civilian target, for example, you must stop them immediately. So that can be anyone. So why must you be accountable? Obviously, this is going to prevent disasters, such as the My Lai massacre I mentioned earlier, because we don't want that happening on our campaigns. If that happens, the entire campaign's going to go sideways on us.
So, I think that I need to say something then.
Mm-hmm.
Last stop, I'm not sure if it was me, but the civvies might have been me, and I didn't know the process for properly saying so. There was an issue where I couldn't see the building properly, but I did see what looked like it might have been a civvy, and I was having trouble with Hendrix, which I handled it badly, I'll admit, but I wanted to move to a place where I had better eyes on what was going on, and I was told no. That's
okay.
Neither here nor there, but
right. So,
it
Gates,
could have been me with the civvies.
With that, you've got to listen to your IC where wants you, because you don't know what's going on for the future. In regards to engaging, if you think you're engaging civilian targets, you must seize your own fire. That must be your own fire discipline. Now, in regards to... Yeah, so if you think you're engaging civilians, you just cease your fire immediately and call it into your IC that you are engaging. And obviously then he'll get better eyes on from your position possibly, and then essentially assess the situation. But as long as you seize your own fire... Now, if you... Again, this goes for everyone. Sometimes civilians will walk in our line of fire. It's a fact of war. It's not going to be prevented. The only thing we can do is try to prevent it from happening. So if obviously a civilian is trying to walk across your line of fire, you either stop your own fire or call it into your section IC to cease fire for that reason. Now, if, again, that civilian is killed because he walked into your line of fire, there's nothing really we can do about that. But it's very much different than going off and going, we're going to shoot these civvies, or being negligent and still engaging civilian target once we've confirmed it's a civilian target. Any questions about that? Love it.
I got one question.
Mm-hmm.
You told earlier if anyone is engaging a civilian, you should stop it. Does it mean you shout first, or can you just shoot someone for shooting a civilian?
Yeah, no, you definitely can't shoot your own guys.
No, not your own guys. I mean like a tally guy.
Oh, what, sorry?
I don't know.
Somebody else is engaging a civilian target.
A hostile is engaging a civilian, or...
I will come to this later. This comes under self-defense part.
Okay, cool.
So that's pretty much in about a minute. Right. So we've gone on that. Now, if anyone is caught engaging civilian targets and being negligent and stuff like that, there will be punishments. I'll just leave it at that. Right. So now we're going to go on to captured persons. These are also called CEPAs. So I'm going to go very briefly through this. Essentially, they're very limited in what we can do in Arma 3. The captured persons, person must be treated fairly with no mistreatment. Make sure they are safe, and also they pose no threat. So obviously we do that by searching them. So what I mean by keeping them safe is that we pull them out, for example, of a line of fire or where they could possibly be shot, and then obviously search them, make sure they've got no explosives or anything like that. And obviously seepers must be protected from then on until they're moved to a holding area. So that means we keep them in a secure location such as a bunker, for example, or in one of our vehicles until we can extract them back to a holding area. So there is 3 categories of seepers. So you have PWs, there's prisoners of war, there's enemy combatants that of the opposing force, of the legitimate force that you've taken. Obviously they have the full rights. Retained personnel, which we mentioned earlier, about the medical and the religious. And then the final one, which we've been more than likely dealing with on the coin-op, which is detainees. These are civilians who are taking part in hostile activities against us or legitimate government. Now, these are not prisoners of war. They will be essentially treated as murderers and will be prosecuted by civilian authority. Now, whenever you capture someone, you must maintain their personal protective equipment, their PPE. So you can't take their helmet and their body armor off them. You can search it to make sure they've got no grenades or anything like that in there, but you must leave their body armor on. Right. Any
Can
questions?
I read them their rights?
If you really want to.
Sweet.
One
Can you make it
question.
quick then?
Go for it, Duffy.
What do you do with their offensive equipment?
Probably put it
Confiscate
into
it.
the storage area.
Confiscate, or what if you can't carry it? You just have to leave it there, or
No, you get someone who can carry it to
Okay.
shove it in their backpack, and then or whatever, and then you'll put it in a secure area. Remember that checkpoint one we did not long ago?
put
We
it,
had a couple
put
of
it in
empty.
a sandwich baggie. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of empty boxes in the bunkers, didn't we? Specifically
Yeah.
for depositing confiscated
Contraband.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Now, before I go on to self-defense, which is going to cover what Hendrix brought up, I'm going to very briefly mention the first line of card Charlie, which is obviously primarily going to be the one we're operating on in the coin-op. So, we can only fire on PID targets that are firing on us. So, remember that, alright? So, self-defense. So, the use of force is authorised in circumstances where human life is threatened. So, answering your Hendrix
Open on your
earlier,
back, Epsilon.
your question earlier, Hendrix, if a civilian is about to get shot at by someone and you believe it's an imminent threat, you must then call out, British Army, stop or I fire, before you can engage them. The only exception to that rule is if you think giving that warning is going to cause a more the threat to escalate or the death of people. By
Press
you
0.
saying that, you just engage immediately. You understand what I mean by that?
Yep.
Okay. Does everyone understand what I mean by that?
Yes.
Lovely. So obviously the use of force here, again, human life must be threatened. You have to have a genuine, honest belief that this is the case. It can't be just someone shouting in my face. It must be someone you legitimately think is going to about to take your life or somebody else's life and be an imminent threat. So again, this will come down to your own determination, experience, as, for example, a threat which I will perceive is going to be different to what a recruit will perceive because of the lack of experience of what he thinks is and is not a threat. But
You'll need to
obviously
be sorry, Spittle, but you guys will need to be on the ball with this one because one of the new mods we have lets civilians throw things at us like rocks and snowballs, and they can literally throw their own shoes at you now. Like they actually throw sandals. So you need to remember that if they're throwing something at you, it's not necessarily a grenade anymore because we have a mod that means they could just be throwing a rock or throwing a fucking stinky sandal at you.
Query.
Yes.
Are we going to be so for card Charlie? Card Charlie used to be us using berets. Is that going to be the case, or are we going to be still helmeted?
That will depend on the actual mission itself.
Roger.
Sorry, Spill.
That's right. So, in regards to that, your response must be necessary and reasonable. Again, that comes back to the proportionality we mentioned earlier. So, again, if a guy's throwing rocks at you, and for some reason I'm panicking and think my life is in danger, I don't whip out my AT and fire at him. It must be proportional. So I'll give you an example of this. This is a real life example. So, and this is probably going to help you in some of the checkpoints that we do. So a guard is on duty at a gate, and this gate has a history of vehicle-borne IEDs in the area. A vehicle approaches, but fails to with the access procedure. The guard then shouts a challenge to stop. The driver then ignores this and continues driving. So the guard fires at the vehicle while still shouting stop. Car continues to come and the driver ignores this. The guard then shouts bomb and then shoots at the driver whilst ducking for cover. So that example would be, he thinks there's an actual imminent threat because the guy is not obeying the standard procedures of the base. And obviously with the history of the vehicle-borne IEDs, that could have been a real threat. So under that scenario, he was completely covered and justified in what he did. It turned out that there was actually no vehicle-borne IED in that vehicle, and it was just unknown why the guy didn't stop or anything like that. But in that case, the guy did the right thing, he did his drills correctly. Any questions about the scenario? Lovely. And again, coming back to the warning, a warning must be given prior to opening fire, unless the previous point I mentioned was given, that a imminent threat or loss of life was too imminent for you to give the warning. And regarding your shots, all shots must be aimed. There's no spraying of an area, it must be an aimed shot. Right, is there any questions about self-defense in regards to that? Lovely. Coming to the final part, so in regards to self-defense, there's also a bit of a tricky situation in regards to scouts. So scouts, you have two types. You have an active scout and a passive scout. So an active scout is a scout that is actively involved in directing and targeting either indirect fire or IEDs. So he may not necessarily be armed, but he's obviously, you can prove that he's directly involved in hostilities and hostile acts that are causing a threat to human life against you or other people. So if he can be directly linked to the imminent threat on life, he may be engaged. Now, again, this is going to be something finicky, because just because a guy is up there with a pair of binos, we might think he's a scout, but we can't prove it, essentially. So that's a sticky one. So that's where it comes into this next category, which is passive scout. So this is a scout which is assisting the enemy by monitoring troops, bases, and activity. That would be essentially like a guy standing on the street corner just watching us. He's not particularly doing anything wrong, but we can be suspicious about him. So obviously his actions can never be directly linked to what the hostile acts against us. However, while we may not be able to engage him, what we can do is arrest him and then detain him and question him later on. So point to note here is a civilian who participates in hostilities, so such as a civilian goes up, picks up a rifle and starts shooting at us, will lose his civilian status and thus his protection. So any questions about the Scouts part as mentioned? Lovely. Lewis, that's my lesson done. Over to you. But is any questions from the whole thing I just went through?
How do we tell an active scout
Say again.
from a passive scout?
So can you say that again, please, Spencer?
How do we tell an active scout from a passive scout?
So again, this is difficult. So an active scout is a guy you can directly link to calling in indirect fire or controlling IEDs. The only example I can kind of give you of that is there's a guy on a hill with a massive radio set speaking on it, for example. That would be something pretty obvious. Like he's got, civilians don't walk around with massive backpack radios. Whereas, like, one we can suspect, like for example, the Taliban, where it becomes difficult, is that they can just have a pair of cheap binos and call somebody his mobile. We can't directly link him to the... That's the whole key point. We can't directly link him. As long as we can directly link him, we can engage.
Remember, a lot of this is we're trying to cannibalize stuff to work in Arma, because a lot of the actual rules that we use in real life don't really apply in Arma. Like, you can't really put a lot of stuff into effect properly, not without A, making things last like fucking 3 times longer than you need to, or B, everyone will get bored because they're not doing anything waiting for something to be done properly. So we try and cannibalize everything to make it quicker, and you guys are a bit more involved and active. So yeah, some stuff have just been cannibalized.
So with regards to the active scout, the only example I can say is a guy with a massive backpack radio who's pretty obviously calling in stuff, as opposed to a guy with a mobile phone. Because both are technically active, but there's one you can prove and one you can't prove. Does that make sense, Spencer?
Yep.
Cool. Again, any final questions? Lovely. Lewis, over to you.
Cool. Alright, I realised that was a lot of fucking words. So, yeah, apologies, but it's something you need to be aware of, because, again, no spoilers, coming up in the very, very near future is campaign, and we will be operating around civilians a fucking shit ton.
That little excited hop there, Lundy.
Oh, that is great.
Hippity happity. But, yeah, but we'll be operating around lots of civilians on a regular basis. And we've had some issues in the past. I'm not going to point out anyone in particular, Mikhail, or anyone else. We've had some points where civilians have been killed unnecessarily. And if that happened in campaign...
I disagree with unnecessarily.
We'll agree to disagree.
They were throwing grenades at us, so I threw freedom seeds at them.
One threw a grenade at us, you slotted 30. Anyway, let's get off that topic. But if that happened in campaign, I guarantee you the Zeusers would fucking wreck us for it, because then that would completely alter the plot. No longer do the people like us, now they all want our blood. So we need to try and avoid things like that. So now what we're going to be doing is Dacia's been setting up a little village for us, full of activities for us to take part in. And we're just going to go there and try not to shoot any civilians unnecessarily. Sounds easy enough. This is the 6th, so let's find out. If we do finish that relatively good time, I'll then go over IEDs and how to fucking use the Valen, the minesweeper, essentially. So, yeah. Cool. If everyone wants to take 5 minutes, go get a drink, go for a smoke, whatever, I'll go make sure Dacia's actually ready for us, and then when I get back, we'll get going.
Make sure you hydrate and hydrate some more.
Yeah, it's fucking
and then
boring.
dehydrate.
Right, 1-3, if you're all set up, go into the herringbone again. Last position. Otherwise we'll get
frequency.
113.
Alright, I got my technical issue fixed.
I see that. Lovely.
I think I've got...
Radio check.
Radio check, okay. Cool.
You can bring your weapon out again, Fader.
Right, guys, if you need ammo or any meds and stuff like that, go grab some while you got this brief pause. Otherwise, yeah, grab you some.
I'm gonna go grab some meds because I kinda
go for it.
Right, Fader, I'm gonna go get the
the beautiful cut off. Yeah, go for it.
Right, well, I don't know where Duffy is again. No, wait, that must be Gates and Henry.
Yeah, serving a chat.
I would imagine over by the boxes.
Delta, we're gonna have to turn 180 degrees, not in wire. Ready, turn. Almost.
2 or 3 is always good.
And I'm back.
Top notch.
Wait, where's the dude that's supposed to be there?
That is you.
Well, excuse me, I was pissing.
Okay, let's smoosh it up, everybody.
Time to shoot civilians.
No.
That was
control
we're
tab.
not supposed to.
Just keep it on just now until we're out. I'm looking the wrong way. Wait, no. No, am I looking the right way?
I guarantee
you're looking
at
the wrong
least
way.
one person.
Well, I'm
If
here.
anyone shoots civilians, I guarantee
You're looking the wrong
we'll
way because
sit
you're
through
meant to
the
be
15
looking
minute
southwest.
thing again. So
Sure?
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, unless it's
Yeah,
the
but
AR.
that's the front this way. Because I'm in the rear. I'm D. I'm Delta.
Yeah, you're still left, right, left, right, left, right. You're not an automatic
big D.
rifleman.
The biggest D.
No, Underwood, she's in the right way because Duffy needs a slot in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise Duffy. I thought Duffy was actually there.
Jeez, Underwood.
well, we got cola flavour today, boys. I'm feeling good.
At least it's not nicotine.
I guarantee you, at least
Good.
once
It's
somebody
nicotine
stopped
like half of
shooting
the
another
time.
civilian, they
Yeah.
probably looked at them
Fucking
funny.
sadists. When Tom pops in
Did you
the
say
game.
curry flavored peach?
No, we got cola today. Cola.
Curry.
Fucking-
I'm sucking on a boona.
Just a fucking casual tikka masala, yeah.
Rations of fucking proper scope in the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's all
Drop
gone a
a
bit
civilian
downhill.
because they look down funny.
Enjoy.
I like it.
They'll be like, that civilian looked at me funny, he's an active scout, and proceed to light him up.
For as long as it's not any of us, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, bro, it's target practice.
We'll probably end up
Appreciate
anyway.
being called out at the start.
Gibbo?
We didn't kill any civilians.
Gibbo has just gone somewhere for a second.
Oh, fucking hell.
I did kill one last time, but I genuinely
Blondie.
No, not really.
Mikhail,
What?
We
I
didn't kill
assume
any
that
civilians.
Your gameplay during
had a
the first
fucking,
lights was not a good example of how to do with
Blondie.
civilians, right?
No, there's no such thing as civilians,
we'll not
there's
talk
only
about that.
non-active combatants.
But fat
There's
nothing, got
active
a few rounds.
combatants and there's non-active combatants. Both
Oof,
should
fucking
die.
hell.
I need
Sorry.
to check out the internet with you.
Snuck up on me.
Check out the internet.
Snuck up on me, fucking hell.
Let's not get into a big discussion about any war crimes.
Oh,
that may or may
actually,
not commit,
Maguire.
right?
No, as in,
Maguire.
like,
Yeah,
it
tech-
keeps
I didn't
resetting.
realise
Do you want to reload and go grab yourself a new box after spray and
Fucking seen
spittle?
the guy from Northern Ireland.
No, it was only about 5. I've just checked. It was only about 5 rounds.
Fair enough.
Wait, who lit up Spittle?
No one.
They nearly took out his
Okay,
right
chaps,
leg.
for
That
the
was
sake of it,
good.
make sure your weapon
Literally,
sensors are on.
you won't believe this, but
It
a
wasn't
gust
just
of
me,
wind
my section was complicit in the act.
blew my laptop off its little precarious.
Ah, that's
and-
alright then. You can
You-
sell it.
You say wind, I say fucking hurricane if it's blowing a laptop.
Okay, did you order a code red?
Did I do what?
Did you order a code red?
No, I ordered Coke. Red. No, what?
I think I just had a fucking stroke listening to that. What?
What code red? Who needs shot? Where's Civi? I mean,
Technically, we committed a war crime by obeying Mikhail's
there's
orders,
no such
didn't
thing
we?
as civilians, there's only
to
non-active
be fair,
combatants.
right, you guys could have just not shot.
That's right.
So,
And arrested you.
well, I don't know about that, but you guys were all complicit in it.
I actually was.
I actually enjoyed it, so I'm not going to
Yeah, there we go.
blame
So
you.
shut the fuck up.
Sierra 1-3.
Stop singling me out here. I feel attacked. I feel cornered. I'm gonna have to self-defend in a minute.
That was a good point.
Me and Mikhail.
Yeah, he is. I do have a dog. He's over there just being a fucking idiot at the moment.
Prancing in the field.
He's
doing his best.
He just teleported, that's not a dog, that's an enemy combatant.
Well, you can fucking bite on command when the mod starts working properly, so I'd say he's a combatant.
Yeah.
He's a very good
Oh,
boy.
He
yeah.
teleported
He's a very,
an
very
active
good
combatant.
boy.
Okay, I've got something to note for you. Under British law, if someone was about to shoot your dog, you couldn't shoot him because it's not counted as a human life.
I disagree strongly there, Spittle.
It's the law, and arguably, if you were an American, for example, he had entitled to defend his property.
In fairness, if fucking homie had a gun and was aiming it at the dog, then I'm fairly sure we would be lighting him the fuck up anyway.
Oh, he's running. He's going.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be causing an imminent threat to you.
It should just
Yeah,
be in the
imminent threat
same
to a dog
location
would
along
be
the
an
back
imminent
wall
threat to a human.
What's that?
To be fair, he has a rank. He has a
no.
good
I'm gonna go
place.
help
Yeah.
Chuckle out 1 second.
Gun him.
Animals don't have rights.
In what part
has
of
a
that
rank,
was an
he has a
N-law
rank.
mentioned?
Because you got rid. I'm brain dead. Just don't worry about it.
Let me just go get the in-laws, get my in-laws.
You fucking said N-law.
Yeah, no, I heard a lot.
Well, here's the funny thing, Vader. You're an animal. Everyone is.
You're Canadian?
Hey, what's wrong with Canadians? Who said
Everything.
that?
You are my prime example, Epsilon, so shut the fuck up.
Hey,
Epsilon, lower your fucking weapon.
Epsilon, stop mucking about.
Watching you come near us, Chandler, I'm watching one step
All stations 1-0, can I get all 1 ICs on me? Out.
Right,
Oh shit, yeah, radio check.
That's just
tighten it up. I'm gonna go over to Lewis.
foreign.
Don't just spill. Just gonna let Spittle run over towards the ammo boxes.
I thought you were down the other side.
No, I teleported the vehicle away so that we doesn't give people overheard shit. Right, projecting maps. So, fuck, what was that grid he told me again? Oh yeah, here it is. Right, so grid 056089. You see?
Seen.
Yep, seen.
So as you can see, it doesn't really have a name. There's Bastam here, but so we're going to call it Town B. So they are today. This mosque here, they will be having an election of sorts to vote for some local official of some type. Now, our task is to essentially get there, patrol around the area, and just ensure that nothing bad happens while it's going on. We need to ensure that everyone can vote, for liberty and democracy and all that blather.
All our favourite things.
Now, so we do know that there are 2 members of the Afghan army at the mosque. They will be armed. They're essentially guarding the entrance. But our task is to actually go in there, patrol the area, and make sure that nothing happens. Also, I am going to be in and out of Zeus. So while I'll be there with you, I'm not really there, I'll be helping Zeus with Daesh and Spain, but I will still go there with you. Now, I will leave this up to Mikhail for the rest of it, but what I would personally recommend, Mikhail?
No war crimes.
No war crimes. I would highly encourage no war crimes, but I would say just set up 2 makeshift checkpoints, one here and then one here.
Mark them again, sorry I was out of the map.
So here?
Yep.
And here. So that means you can have one section, have a section on each, and then you can have a third section, like actually doing a patrol,
So basically just covering the T intersection and the crossroads.
Yeah, pretty much.
Roger.
That's what I would do, but I'll leave it to you. So you'll be going in by vehicle. We won't have flight with us tonight. So explain to your lads on the way that it will be civilian heavy. They might not even fire a shot tonight, but it's something we have to go through so that when campaign happens, it doesn't, things don't get harder for us unnecessarily. Oh, wrong button.
Yeah, thanks. I shot myself. Card.
Right. Card. What do you think?
Charlie.
Yep. So are we going soft hats or hard hats?
You can go. I'll leave that to Mikhail actually.
Let's go soft hats. Actually, no, hard hats, guy. I don't have a beret.
I can give you one if you want.
No, it's fine.
He also needs a C-tab.
I do actually need a C-tab.
You should be able to get them in the
You should have Zeus. I gave you Zeus earlier.
I know, but Zeus always seems to crash when I go into an arsenal on myself. To just crash my game out.
Turn around.
Ooh, I like it when you tell me to do that.
Question.
There you go. Beret
Thanks.
and C-tab. Yes.
So you're saying checkpoints? Are these ones we're going to have to make, or are these ones that are going to be set up for us?
Nothing's going to be set up there, but I mean, as in just have a couple of lads stood down the road, just sort of halt every now and again. You have vehicles, so you could use your vehicle as, a makeshift checkpoint.
Fuck me, he's scrambled.
So yeah, you'll have to make it up as you go along with the actual checkpoint. Any other questions?
No.
Cool. Yeah, if you want to go brief your lads then.
Okay, bud.
Underwood?
Yeah, sorry, I was using notepad thing.
In my fucking chat again. I don't know what's going on with it, but I don't know if it's because you're trying to put icons in.
Where is he?
1-3, push off northeast.
Weird.
School circle with me. Alright, chappos, open up your maps. So we are going to be operating in the town to the west of Bastam. We're calling it Town B because there's not technically.
Shot Charlie 112 Bravo, be advised off station 1 Mike.
Which grid's that?
So grid reference is 067089. Oh, sorry, tell a lie. 056089. Marked on the map now by my lovely little yellow dot.
See, yeah.
Lovely. Right. So, this building here is going to be a prime place for us. Basically, what's happening is there is an election happening where civilians will be walking into this building and they will be casting their votes. We're going to be setting up makeshift checkpoints on both Crossroads and T-Junction with a section on each, and then another section is just basically going to be either patrolling around outside.
Up, yes!
Or patrolling side to side between the two checkpoints and around the town as well. The idea is that we're going to be basically assisting the two Afghan army people who are guarding the entrance to this place, and we're making sure that generally nothing bad happens. It's on card Charlie, so only when you're being engaged and you can confirm that it is definitely an enemy and not a friendly, are you allowed to engage back. But again, make sure that this is a target that is not going to be, causing publicity issues later on. We are, even though we're on card Charlie, we're going to be on hard hats, so yeah.
Oh, we're in hard hats.
We're in hard hats, yeah. Remember, this is a civvy heavy operation. So a shot might not even be made this entire campaign this entire evening by one of you guys, but at the end of the day, it's training, it's the experience behind it, not the ability to engage people. As Spittle said, we're going in. Well, we could be going into a campaign very soon with this shit sort of going on. So yeah, getting all the bad stuff out of the way now is good. Then keeping all the good stuff for later on through campaign is more bueno. Anyway, enough of that shit. Any questions?
How are we getting there?
We have got Vix that we are going to be driving there in.
No, we're not here to.
Next question.
Sorry. Checkpoint. Are we stopping everyone or on watch?
As it's a civilian, I'll find this out personally, but as it's a civilian heavy town, and obviously there's a lot of voting going on, expect a lot of civilians to be just walking around, but generally, yeah, we do want to be keeping an eye on everyone, so if you can stop them, that'd be good. I'll get clarification on that just in case, but yeah, just stop should you need to.
What kind of trouble are we expecting, if any?
Potential IEDs, the typical fucking ragged sort of shit.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Now that the briefing is over, can I have music going off in the background?
For as long as I can't fucking hear it, yeah, go for it.
Sounds good.
So if they point their gun up in the air and just start firing, if they point their gun to
It's very loud, I'm sorry.
you cannot shoot them. If they fire around and it hits you.
Yeah, there you go. As Gibbons is saying, if someone does have a gun and they're firing it in the air, don't engage them. It's only when they're engaging you that is the issue.
Is it not nighttime?
I fucking hope not, because normally elections don't happen at the evening, or even
in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Pakistan time.
Oh, they changed it from a sunny day to a shit one. I get enough of this.
Oh no, this is fantastic. Look at this.
Fucking trash.
Dirty. I'm absolutely loving this fucking cloud. I have not seen a cloud all fucking day, so this is good. In actual fact, 2 days I haven't seen a cloud, so I'm happy with this. Cool. Any questions? Any more questions?
I think so.
How are we getting there? We're doing the big drive.
Can I drop my in-law?
You can drop your in-law, but I'd prefer you swap it out for an 84, personally. Just in case. Yeah, in-law's better, but I don't expect them to be bowling down the road with an IFV or a fucking MBT, so, yeah.
You never know.
Cool.
You never know when you need to shoot.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Question my guys brought up, which is a good one, and I can't fucking remember what it was. What was it?
Are we stopping everyone?
There you go. Are we stopping every single person that's coming through the checkpoint, or is it just...
give me a second. Gibbons, can you shut up? I'm stood next to him and I can't hear him over you.
Okay.
Carry on.
Are we stopping everyone at the checkpoint, or are we just stopping, like, vehicles and things?
Vehicles, definitely. Civilians, I mean, you can talk to them as they're coming up to you, stop them if you feel necessary. Ideally, though, stop everyone.
Righto.
I should have just led with that, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, just stop everyone.
Cool, yeah.
There's plenty of Zeus's. Okay. There's plenty of Zeus's, so there should be enough fucking interaction going around So we've got 2 over there. You got me shortly, and Flight will be coming to help.
Epsilon.
Right, whoever's doing that needs to stop.
Yeah, Epsilon, if you're going to continue it on, I want your music off, mate. I'm happy for you to have music on and not me hearing it, but if I'm going to be hearing it, you can fuck it and switch that shit off.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, there'll be plenty. Like I said to everyone earlier, guys, there is a chance you might not even fire your weapon tonight. But tonight it's to make sure everyone is, like, knows how to deal with civilians and confident when and when not to shoot.
Rain on Taki.
Oh.
So, yeah. Just warning you in advance, you might not shoot your rifles tonight.
Cool.
The deserts will bloom.
Right, any last questions before we get back in the herringbone?
Where the fuck is
I have one question. Must the spice flow?
Yes. At least it's not frogs.
Peach, you did it.
There you go.
I did it.
Oh, looks like a nuclear.
Your complaints about clouds has brought out the sun.
How much longer do you want to give them?
Cool. Right. Let's get back in the herringbone again.
What kind of fish?
Charlie 110 Bravo, you have 2 minutes to finish your briefings before we step off out.
Yes.
I'm just going to leave my guy down some entrenching tools.
Okay.
My guys are done for debrief, by the way.
Go grab entrenching tools then.
Lovely. Whereabouts are they?
You'll need to probably go to the arsenal, my bob, over there.
Righto, I'll go grab one. One.
This herringbone is scuffed.
You get 1 times entrenching tool.
Wherever the fucking thingy is.
Check it.
The arsenal board.
Backpack. And there is.
Oh god, I've got no fucking space.
I got one.
You see? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Once you get that, get out the arsenal, back into the herringbone.
I also get some earplugs.
Or are you having a stroke?
You don't need them.
Earplugs aren't needed.
Oh,
I know.
A heart attack?
2 times entrenching tool.
Lungs collapsing?
Yep.
Maybe my power stance will make you feel better. Oh, an arsenal just spawned there.
You hear that? It was pull-ups. Don't need to show off.
You fucking pull-ups. Yeah, no need to flex those.
Spittle, be aware, entrenching tools are in the arsenal on the boards.
Yeah, I know. I put it down, that box down before Duffy said there was.
Yeah. Oh well.
I just thought, yeah.
No, frames. There we go.
I can do like 1 pull-up.
Wait,
maybe.
why
Maybe
does
2.
Underwood have like a small rocket launcher and then Lancaster have a
Oh,
javelin?
Because that's a Enlaw. Oh, soft hats.
What's soft hats? Oh, berets.
Oh, actually, my recruit doesn't have a blue hat.
Spencer?
Are we wearing berets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, self-interaction.
I need my recruits to have
take
blue
off.
hats.
Ah, yes. Well, unfortunately, you didn't put them in the recruit slot, so that is your fault.
Ah, fair enough.
Helmet, Spencer.
Zing.
That is good.
Joshua 1 on your feet.
1, 2 on your feet.
1, 3 on your feet.
Hold fast.
Langwin, you got an entrenching.
Joshua 1 0 Bravo. Get you guys over to the motor pool and mount up. Out.
Vader, take us out. Take us left.
Which way's the motor pool?
Left side. Follow on from 1-2 when they head off. There you go. Follow on 1-2.
Hello, 10 Bravo, this is 12 Chai, message over.
0 Bravo, go ahead, over.
12 Chai, what vehicle should we be taking over?
0 Bravo, we will take whatever's there, over.
12 Chai, roger that, out.
Charlie 110 Bravo, we're taking the Ridgebacks out.
Oh, I fucking hate
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, what are you on about? The Ridgebacks are terrible. It's the Mastiffs that are amazing. Are we going Mastiffs or Ridgebacks?
Which one's
Ridgebacks are 4 wheels and Mastiffs are 6.
Well, man said Ridgeback, so.
Spittle's just gonna pull it out.
Oh, there are no bags,
right.
so I guess it's a massive.
Fuck it, yeah.
Alright, Gates, get on the gun.
We'll get in the last one. So yeah, Peach drive. I'll jump in the thingy. Maguire, I want you in the gun. You may need to walk around the. Yeah, you might need to walk around the back of the coyotes and the jackals and get in that way.
Oh, I think I chose the wrong one. Yeah. What's up?
Settings 50.1 for the vehicle radio, innit?
That's the one.
I think I've got the right one on.
Do I have the right radio freak?
You don't need one, so you're alright.
Alright.
Yes, you're on the section, John.
Alright, yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm just gonna pull forward a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be third Vic anyway, so.
Why is this thing covered in, like, metal struts?
Because if an RPG hits it, it blows up or gets stuck in the struts rather than striking the side of the vehicle.
Ah.
Brain scientist.
Because us British prefer life over death.
Unlike the Americans.
Zero Bravo, go ahead.
Yeah, we don't have an infinite fucking pool of money we can buy new vehicles from.
Well, actually, the Americans put exactly the same things on their vehicles.
There's only 3 vehicles, we'll just stay in touch over the command net, over.
Oh, okay, we're not doing vehicle net.
Roger, out.
Righto.
I guess they want to speed things up.
Probably.
You're right then, that's good. No more pull-ups.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just getting bored and I'm fucking... I forgot to mute my mic.
That's alright.
Charlie 110 Bravo, step
Hey, do you guys want to hear some vehicle music?
No.
Not really, no.
No.
Definitely not.
Bruh.
Maguire, swing it around to the rear.
Rather listen to Scrapper do pull-ups.
A music of its own.
Yeah.
The heavy breathing was turning me on. I mean, what?
I think the term Lewis used was power wank, so... Oh, fucking manual gate, what is this? Are we living in fucking 2013?
Lundgren, when we get through the gate, I want you to jump out and close it for us.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Oh,
he's
no, never mind, yeah.
close
No,
it.
someone's already staying there, so don't worry about it. They're gonna let everyone through and then they'll, fuck it. No, they're not.
Screw it, I guess. No?
Yeah, just wait for us to go past and then... Wait a sec.
Close it.
There you go.
I want to see the vehicle flip. You're fine.
Do it.
There you go.
Do it.
Gotta be quick.
Have you ever seen those videos where there have been vehicles speeding by and someone's closed their bar gate and it's just absolutely destroyed it?
50 is Vic speed.
Yeah.
But obviously use it to pick up. Victor 3, turning right. Out. Apparently we're just driving in the centre of the road today, so it's always fun.
Oh, you own the roads.
Yeah, true. There's not many ragheads that have actually got vehicles, so...
And more importantly, these ones are bigger than any they do have.
Oh, I tell a lie. There is a vehicle right there.
Wow. Stereotyping much. Surprised that's not in counterinsurgency operations.
I'm surprised it was a Land Rover and not a fucking Toyota Hilux.
That's a good point.
Yeah, more realism, it's gone.
Or like some old Ford Cortina.
My immersion is just gone.
Victor 1 turning right, something on the road.
Just like my fucking frames are going to
Potentially
disappear as
something
soon
on
as
the
we
road,
hit
we're
this.
gonna be swimming around it. Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Ah!
Keep going, disconnect. Yeah,
He's already
swerve
dead.
around that. Don't know
Oh,
what
look.
that was. Oh, that's
A
a
truck.
that was a fucking lamppost.
Oh, there's a
That
guy
guy's
there.
injured.
I'm not paying for that property damage.
Nobody is. What property damage?
Oh, right, yeah, it was the insurgents. We helped. We didn't hinder.
That was a help, but never hinder.
Why not both?
Hey, hey, like I say, there's no such thing as civilians, only non-active combatants.
Jesus. To be fair, these towns don't look like they're in too good shape. The fucking mosque tower's been blown to shit.
Yeah, let's not go there. Oh, random civilian walking the middle of the road. Good job.
Maybe don't run over the civilians. That's probably a good idea.
Fine, it's character building for them.
Exactly. How else are they supposed to get strong bones?
Milk salt.
coming up.
Yeah, keep on the right. Looks like he's fucking hammered.
Just dash normally.
Okay, buy you a dirt bike.
My fucking game is shit in itself.
Yeah, mine's not doing too hot either. I've got a hot 20 FPS and we've not even got any of the fucking civilians yet.
We've literally only just moved.
Oh, look at that, boys.
No, that'll be why. Like, look how many of them there are there.
That fucking Mercedes taxi. They just found the fucking vehicles.
Going left-hand side of the road to avoid fuel trucks.
I think that vehicle's gonna start following us. Because the second we pass, he got in and he's now going the exact same way we are.
Yeah, it's a cabbie.
Victor 1 turning left.
I mean, by the looks of it, there's only one road to go along here, so I don't think he's following us.
Charlie 110 Bravo, when we...
I just found it weird how the second we left, he got in the car.
Vehicle herringbone, let's get slightly off the road so we're not blocking it, over.
Vehicle herringbone. Swing this round.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see where they want to fucking stop first.
This vehicle's probably going to be used as the T-junction vehicle anyway.
Victor 1 hold.
Okay, to the left. Just wait for this guy to pass and then pull off on the left.
What a fucking dick.
Welcome to the AI of Arma. There you go, pull left.
It's just the average.
Charlie 1 scratched last, one of the ANA is actually waving us into the...
hey look, Afghani
side street, so
military.
we'll park up in there. Oh.
Okay, we're parking into the side street instead.
Okay.
To the right.
So, is Victor 1 come back, or do you want me to lead, or what?
I don't entirely know. For the time being,
do nothing.
Lundgren, if you want to just mount everyone out the back and then start setting up on the T-junction, just get eyes out everywhere.
Watch that. Everybody else follow me.
Maguire, jump back in the gun for us.
Yeah, sorry about that, of course.
Hold on, jumping out. Send.
Underwood, your vehicle is over there to that end.
Watch it.
And have it just slightly off the road, so you're not fully so you're not obstructing the road, but you know, set up around it and then set up your checkpoint there.
Roger that. I've already got my guys over there, so I'll get Peach to drive over.
Yeah, get the vehicle over there.
Cool. Did you hear the man, Peach? Top notch. Off you go. I couldn't hear you. Yes, no, so we're going T-junction.
Where, here?
No, into the T-junction where we turned in. So reverse it up and hard left. And then just driving back where we came from, over to where it says L on the map. And then we'll be parking just off the road, so probably maybe on the right side of the road, but I'm not a fan of them trees. But yeah, just park it off the road so civilians can drive through.
If I do that, the gunner should have some line across.
There you go. What's your eyes like, Maguire, on both sides?
Okay, not bad.
We can pull it the other side of the road if you want.
No, I should here.
The only thing is, if we get engaged from that hill to the west-southwest, I want obviously Maguire shooting some rounds up there as well. So, if he's fine with this, it might be just worth leaving it here then, and then just leaving Maguire in the gun.
Cool, I'll jump out there.
Cool. Stay in the gun, Maguire. Maguire. Right, barring Maguire, Delta, I want you facing south-southeast, and Charlie, we're going to be facing north-northwest, protecting the way that we came in. Set up your defences, and obviously get eyes out from there.
Roger that.
You want one by the car, mate?
I'm going to move this one forwards a little bit.
Are you over here giving me a dirt mound? Nice.
Send again, Peach.
I said we don't have entrenching tools, so defences are up to you.
Yeah, I'll put one in a second.
Charlie 110,
I'm going to push it out further.
Can I be one of the people patrolling the town? Can I be one of the people patrolling the town?
No, we'll be doing this as section. So if the IC wants us doing, if the fucking lieutenant wants us doing patrol shit, we'll do patrol shit. Lundgren, can you put a trench roughly where I am now, and then the same on the opposite side? And I'm going to go over to Sergeant.
Is there a trench here?
Yeah, push it about 10 to 15 meters away from the Vic out to the north-northwest, and the same for the other one as well on Delta's side. Just so if that Vic,
also dig one here.
if that Vic does go up, then obviously you guys will be safe and away from the explosion, or at least some distance away from it.
Good to know.
Watch that.
Where is Mr. McHale?
He's here.
Hello, sorry.
Right guys, gather around.
So, can you hear me?
Game plan for tonight. What we're going to have is we're going to have the checkpoint. I'm marking on map now. Labeled CPs 1 and 2 respectively.
Yep.
I'm good. Very exciting day today. What I want is Underwood. Your section's quite beefy tonight, innit?
I'm on CP2 already, but I can move if you need me to.
Pick 3 guys to stay on CP2.
Yep.
Gibbo, I'm going to pull you off that CP. Leave your vehicle there. Gibbo, Spittle, sorry. Same detail for you. Pick 3 guys to remain on CP1. Or move to CP1.
Roger that, CP1. So currently I've got one fire team on the road here, one fire team here guarding the south entrance.
Yep,
Would you prefer the one on the road?
Move one of those fire teams onto the road to the checkpoint.
Yeah, right. Okay, got you.
Right, that leaves you with 1 fire team. That would leave you with roughly 1 fire team. And Gibbo, how many have you got?
I've got 6.
6 in the server now, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be alternating patrols up to villages A and B marked on the map. Can you see them? Sorry, A and C.
I can't see A and
No, I can't
B.
see any A, B, or C markers.
Because we're in group channel, because I'm an idiot.
Scene A.
Off station 20 seconds.
Morrigan,
Roger.
to that crossroad over there, to your front.
And there is C on the map. Can you see them?
Yeah, scene. And then this is B, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yeah, this is B. So we're going to be alternating patrols between villages A and C, while we leave a fire team here to basically pull security on the mosque. So let's have a look. So you've
What's
got a
wrong with
fire
him?
team posted up. You've got a fire team posted up. Gibbo, I'm going to get you to split your section between A and C first. Like I said, we're not expecting much contact. It's mainly just to have a presence.
You're essentially on the crossroad.
By split, currently it's me and Murphy would be 1 fire team.
You're essentially taking over for 1-1.
Right, so take a guy out of your Delta fire team and put him in your Charlie fire team.
Well, just see what I can do.
So what's the plan? We're leaving 3 guys here from each section of 1, 3, and 1, 2.
3 guys on each checkpoint. We're gonna have. Did you see you had 3 guys posted up on one of these sections already, Spittle?
That's my Delta fire team right there. My Charlie fire
So
team already
you want
taking
us
up
to
the
call out
CP1.
when we have civilians
Okay,
approach
so
us
get one
and
of your
stuff
fire
like
teams
that every
underwood
time.
to maintain security on this part of the road in the centre.
Yeah.
Basically, we want to
Were
try
you
and
there
cut
for the
this
last
mosque
checkpoint
off.
training?
Yep.
Yeah, just
from there,
hold everybody.
right, what does that leave us? So you've got your fire teams going to A and C.
Are we
You've
doing
got a
like
fire
full
team
vehicle checks?
on a checkpoint, and you also have them there. You've got a fire team on a checkpoint
question.
over there.
Hold on
Right,
for
so that should give us some cover. What we'll do is we'll alternate when you guys get back. We'll swap it out, so you'll replace 1 freeze positions. They'll go out and patrol, come back. They'll then be replaced by 1, 2.
Yeah.
So
When
we'll
you say
alternate it that
patrol,
way.
are we just following the main road? Are we going through, like, searching around
Loop around
compounds?
these
Or are we
roads,
literally
so
just patrolling
say
up and back?
for your guys will have just starting from checkpoint 1, loop up this road and around for whichever fire team you sent to Village A.
Yeah, they're
Basically,
and then
either
just
clockwise or
down for the
counterclockwise around it, yeah?
We'll go counterclockwise around on the road down through checkpoint 2. Whoever you send down to Village C, just send them down this road and back.
Roger. No worries, you
Got a
happy when you
vehicle
go?
coming down southeast.
I've got a vehicle coming southwest. Are we doing full searches on vehicles or only
Full searches on
suspicious?
vehicles if they are on suspicion. If they just stop and are compliant and don't seem, off,
Roger that.
then just let them through.
Roger that. If the vehicles are suspicious, search them. If they're
where you wanna
stopping,
go to,
compliant,
do
and doing
you want to
everything
push this
decently,
very
just
far
let them through.
And get that part, or stick where they are currently?
Where are the crimes? Trying to see them.
Right. Might not be able to get a person on this alleyway though. I'm thinking the 3. Alright, Roger.
Right, Mikhail. Once I've set my 3 guys up, do you want me to start patrolling off somewhere? Because I've got
so
I got
what
7
I'll
guys
get
in
you guys
total.
to do is just kind of maintain a presence around this village.
So Underwood.
So if I can get you guys moving kind of like around the outskirts through the tree lines around here, go around clockwise with whatever fire team that you've got left, just kind of maintain a presence on the roads and around the buildings.
Cool, I'll do that now then.
Okay, vehicle stopped nicely. Guy's a farmer. I'm happy to let him through.
George 110 Bravo, be advised I'm going to be off station for another 30 seconds out.
Be advised, we've got a bike coming in on the centre of the town. Hello, CP1, this is CP2, message over.
Hello.
CP1, send message over.
CP1, be advised there is a blue Land Rover coming through the town now to go to a village. Over.
Am I allowed
CP1, roger that.
Yeah, of course you guys.
Do you not want to search my vehicle?
No, you've already been searched and we're all happy with you. So if you want to continue on your way, sir, it's fantastic.
Who searched me?
Really?
Nobody searched me.
Oh, for fuck.
I live here.
Where are you heading then, sir? Are you just heading out of the town, or are
I'm
you
going over there. My brother, he missed the bus, so I'm going to pick him up.
Okay, not a problem. Well, feel free to continue through. You've already come through the fucking first checkpoint anyway, so...
No, I didn't. I live here.
Oh, then you're not an issue then, so if you're leaving the town, then you're more than welcome to leave on your way. We may search you on your way back in, though, so just be prepared for that, just so you know.
That's okay. This is my motorbike.
It's a lovely motorbike, sir. Anyway,
my name is Yamshid. What is your name?
I can't unfortunately give you my name, but I'm more than happy to...
Really?
George 110 Bravo, back on station.
Well, my name is Yamshid, Mr. Scarf, so if I need anything, I will come and see you.
Lovely, fantastic, sir, and I shall see you soon then.
Take care. Would you like anything from the town? I can give you some big juicy melons.
No, thank you, sir. I'm a little bit busy, but enjoy the rest of your day anyway.
Okay, have a nice day.
You too. Send again, last page.
There's a guy to my right bearing 357 on the roof. He's got a pair of binos. He doesn't look like he's looking at us though.
George 110 Bravo, let me know when you guys are set on their checkpoints.
Yeah, he's probably just fucking bird watching. Right, we're going to split this up slightly. So I'm going to have
could you repeat your last
Lancaster, Lundgren
Roger
and Maguire. You're
Make
going to be
sure you
keeping
let me
an eye
know when
on
you guys are
checkpoint.
set
Everyone else,
on
we're going to be
their
patrolling around the
checkpoints.
outside of this town and
1 to
just
Charlie,
keep
roger
a
that.
presence.
I am set with my Charlie fire team on CP1.
Your brother, acknowledged, out.
The way.
Right, literally, we're just going to be going circles around, so I'll draw a line for you to go round Peach as point man.
Wait, if that's the case, then it's going to be no one on this
Yeah,
side.
so we'll get Scrapper and Epsilon and Peach and...
Do you want to walk it or do you want to jump?
we're going to be walking, so we'll just be walking around. Everyone else that I called out, so the other 3 will be here protecting the patrol. My apologies, Lundgren, I misheard you. You're going to be keeping Lancaster and Maguire here. Yeah, Lancaster and Maguire, and just keeping this CP connected. and secure. I'm going to be taking Peach, Epsilon, and Scrapper with me on a patrol around the town.
Very good.
Cracking. Right, we'll do it at a walk. Hello, 10 Bravo. This is 13 Charlie. Message over. So if you want to take it back from me, Epsilon. 13 Charlie. Be advised, my CP is now set up. I'm going to proceed with patrolling around the outside of the town. Over.
0 Bravo. Roger. Out.
Glad it's not raining anymore.
Well, yeah, there's positives.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hello, sir. Good day, is it?
Taxi approaching.
Side.
He's passed through. He's now going to the north side. We didn't challenge him. He didn't stop.
Did you challenge him, Lancaster?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Right, he just sped straight through.
Yeah.
I don't like how many little like fucking bunkers there are.
Actually, Lancaster, move out more towards the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll see what happens, but it should be a secured town. A somewhat secured town.
Fucking, it feels like a death trap between that one over to the northwest, this one to the northeast, and that one to the southwest.
You're fucking telling me.
See the sights. Are we hard hats on, are we?
I don't know. I was told soft hats, so I put a soft hat on.
He's got hard hat over there.
Yeah, well, don't know. Eager for combat, just in case he doesn't want to get his dome blown off.
I couldn't forgive him for that. Do you want me to go up top this hill or in front of us, or?
Your discretion, mate. If you want to go around the inside of the house or around the outside of it, it's up to you.
Underwood, just to make sure, the guys in the military caps with the green border, they're policemen, right?
Military camps in the border?
No. There is a guy on the roof with an AK. He's got a military cap on his head. It has like a green band around it. He's policeman, right?
Is he inside the town or is he outside the town?
No, inside.
Gonna go with policeman possibly, but obviously anyone with a gun is allowed to own one. But if they start engaging you with it, then they're not allowed to own one anymore.
CP2, this is 1-1 Charlie, message over.
I don't know if I could put it any more bluntly, really.
I thought
CP2 send message over.
The policemen were the guys with the combat
CP2, be
helmets, 'cause
advised,
those were the
1-1
guys
Charlie
from
is
the
now
center of the
entering
town.
from your north.
They weren't wearing green hats.
CP2,
And they
roger
didn't
that. I'll
have
inform my
AKs
guys.
either. They had Mosins.
Be advised, Lundgren, you're going to have 1-1 bringing in from the north now. Feel free to challenge them if you wish.
Underwood, repeat last.
1-1 is going to be coming in on the northern side of your checkpoint. Feel free to challenge them if you want. Basically just making sure that there's the correct amount of them and who they are.
Yeah, they're already through.
Righto. I'm glad our checkpoint's doing good.
We haven't been hit with a bomb yet, so I say it's going pretty good.
Yeah, but we've had a taxi blast through and 1-1 just walk through, so...
Off station 30 seconds, you think that's going to be okay, Underwood?
Yeah, if Maguire just jumps over to where you are so he can cover you while you're gone.
Please do that, Maguire.
Do you want me to go run to the...
No, you're with us in patrol.
Hey, firm.
Got a bus coming to the southeast side.
Roger that, challenge it.
Was that you guys that said that?
What's that?
That weren't you?
No, there's people over to the right of us in the town.
Huh. I see.
1-3, this is 1-0 Bravo, message over.
1-3 Charlie, send message over.
0 Bravo, 1-3, be advised, 1-1 have finished their patrol route. You're going to withdraw your guys from your checkpoint, and from your patrol route around the town, 1-1 are going to relieve you. You guys are then going to follow the same patrol route as 1-1. Only difference is going to be that you're not going to split your fire teams up, you're going to go as a section up to Village A, around to the bunker system that's marked on the map, and then back down, and then once you get back, head to
in the
C
bus here.
and head back. Understood? Over.
1-3 acknowledges. Do you want me to continue my patrol around the base and the town and then head back to checkpoint, or directly to checkpoint? Over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Finish your patrol route, but get your guys pulled off of the checkpoint. 1-1 are already there to relieve them. Over.
1-3 acknowledges. Pulling them out now. Out. Right, Lundgren, don't know whether you heard that or not, but we're getting relieved from checkpoint 2. As a full section, we're going to be heading up counterclockwise up to town A, which is north of us. So we're going to be going through the town.
Hello, 1-0 Bravo, this is
up
1-2
to town
Charlie,
A. We're going to then check the bunker complex, and once we check that
1-2
bunker
Charlie,
complex,
be advised,
we will then be
CP1 is
moving
then
down
two
to
people, one time's
checkpoint
disconnect, over.
C through both checkpoint
0
2
Bravo,
and
roger
1
that.
down to
For
C.
now, I'll head
Any
over
questions?
to CP1. Over.
This is McGuire.
1-2 Charlie, roger that. No.
Sorry, I thought Lundy was off the station.
So the guy with the Shamag seems a bit sketchy, but I'm not too sure.
Roger that. If
Sorry, do you want me to search him? I can step over there.
I believe one should be coming and taking us off of checkpoint 2 momentarily anyway, so if you want to just continue doing what you're doing, if you think he's a little bit too sketchy, then feel free to obviously ask him if you can search him. If he then gets a bit dodgy about that, then I'll bring it up to command.
What's going on? We get off here, we going?
Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-3 Charlie, message over.
Hello, man. 1-3 Charlie, send your message over.
1-3 Charlie, be advised, the southern checkpoint seems to be having a bit of
hello, my man, this is the voting bus.
And we'll just go through it with them. Additional to that, I believe it might be a voting bus, apparently. Over.
Underwood, they're saying they can't pull their bus around. Should I move our vehicle?
What's that?
Roger that. I'll deal with the situation. Out.
1-3, 1-0 Bravo, message over.
1-3 Charlie, send message over. Right.
0 Bravo, 1-3, be advised, you'll see another bunker that's been marked on the map on your patrol route through to Village A. On your way back from Village A, I want you guys to poke your head in there as well. Over.
1-3 acknowledges, we'll also do that as additional tasking. Out. Right, guys, we're going to be heading up to checkpoint A. Peach, I'm going to quickly draw a line. Let's get ourselves into the centre of the town, away from this commotion, so 1-3 has a bit of a breather from us.
1-1 Charlie, message.
0 Bravo, go ahead. Over.
Be advised, we have had an incident where where a civilian has injured another civilian. I'm currently providing medical attention to the civilian as he is currently unconscious.
0 Bravo,
Peach, scene lines.
What was the actual... I'll come over, hold on.
Cool, we're going to be heading over to checkpoint 1. From checkpoint 1, heading north and following that line, basically, or using it as a guideline.
We're starting at checkpoint 1 and then heading south to C, yeah?
No, north to A.
North to A and then back round to CP2, yeah?
That's the one, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll take it up to a jog, yeah?
Yeah, go on. Right, guys, we're going to be moving over towards checkpoint 1, so let's move.
Watch that.
Epsilon, get in front of me.
You said that?
Epsilon, you'll be third in your bat.
Affirm.
A firm. We'll bring it up to a normal jog. Just double tap C, and in actual fact, it'll be a fucking slow jog, won't it? So slow jog.
Well, I was on a slow jog at the moment. We can bring it up if you want.
No, we'll keep it a slow jog. Yeah, fuck it. Let's treat ourselves to a staggered column. We're gonna be turning left on this road as well.
Good day, sir.
Morning. Anyone on the right side of the road, you may need to run it up afterwards.
We sneeze, test them for corona.
So where's this bunker we're clearing out?
Bunker is to the northwest of Town A, and there was also one, I believe, southwest of where we was on checkpoint 2. Peach, did you say that you saw a bunker up on northeast as well, just to the left of us, right of us even?
Yeah, there was one, but I think it's behind us now.
Section to our direct right.
Oh shit.
Do you want anyone to go up there and check it?
Negative for the time being. I will see if 10 wants us to go over there afterwards. I actually don't think there's a bunker up there, is there? I said I don't think there's a bunker up there, is there?
There is one right behind us. It's like directly overlooking the town.
Ah, right. Shit happens. Oh yeah, there is.
It's pretty much confirmed empty anyway. You can see whoever's moving around.
Hello, 10 Bravo. This is 13 Charlie. Message over.
There's some interesting gymnastics and bikes up ahead.
They're ready and raring.
Can't tame them.
Section, we got infantry running in. Keep eyes. Or not.
Hello,
infantry,
10 Bravo. This is 12 Charlie.
fucking
Message over.
Civilians running.
0
keep
Bravo,
eyes
go
on them.
ahead, over.
12 Charlie, we've got eyes on a smoke plume to our south, direct from CP1. Over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Keep an eye on it, but don't engage anything, over.
12 Charlie, roger that. Out.
Mating.
Hello, 10 Bravo. This is 13 Charlie. Message over.
0 Bravo, go ahead, 13, over.
13 Charlie. Be advised. I believe there is a third bunker complex to the northeast of checkpoint 1, grid square 058091. We've already passed it and are in checkpoint, town A now. Do you want us to check through that as we're coming back as well? Over.
0 Bravo, mark it on the map for now. I'll get 1 to have a look at it when they go out, over.
Look both ways when crossing the road, chaps. Let's also bring it into a staggered column. Not staggered column, a fucking column when we're off the road as well. Delta, if you can stay at the bottom of the hill and just get yourself into an extended line just in case, but keep weapons lowered.
Facing which direction?
Towards the bunker we're currently approaching.
Right. Delta form extended line on my right.
I think it's all empty anyway.
There's 2 infantry guys, are there? Or fucking infantry, civilians.
Yeah, I'll just make sure in here is clear.
You want me to go, quote unquote, talk to the civilians?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, it's all clear.
Gentlemen?
Do you want me to push up to the position to the slightly
Go with
southwest,
Peach.
sorry, not Underwood.
Yeah, go on. I'm sending Epsilon with you as well.
Right, Delta, eyes on a swivel.
Be advised, Delta, we're going to be pushing off slightly more to the west. There is times 2 civilians.
I got to, unfortunately, go AFK.
Roger that, just set yourself up where you are and we'll sort you out in a second. Delta, there is 2 times civilians at the top of that complex on the right side. There's a small kind of bunker bit.
Alright, going AFK now.
Right, I'll get off the wall so we can capture you. There you go, that'll do. Stay there for a moment and we'll be back in a minute.
Charlie 110 Bravo, as of this moment, since taxis just came through carrying 10 AKs, any vehicle that comes through these checkpoints will be stopped and searched. Over.
1-2 Charlie acknowledged. Out.
1-3 Charlie acknowledges. Out.
Do I have to arrest him?
Yeah, we'll have to arrest him and I'll carry him.
I don't even get the option to.
No, I don't either.
Interesting.
I know a different way we can do it though.
Can't carry him.
No, if you press, I think it's Shift and F1.
F1.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
Right, I'll escort vehicle.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
No, I just heard a fucking vehicle. That sounds like a fast mover, so.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Right, Underwood, we're set up in this little bunker.
Where did he move up?
You gonna take him or shall I?
Why did he move up? I didn't tell him to move up. I'll take him.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Underwood.
Roger that, I'm just bringing Epsilon back down now. He's gone AFK, so I've arrested him. Ah, I'm not doing the pushing animation anymore.
No, it has him running.
Boo.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, no, it's got him running, but I'm meant to have my hand on his back.
Ah.
But because I got the animation where I attach my hand to my radio every time I talk, it's got rid of that animation of pushing him. Right.
That's a shame.
Right, Delta, jump out of the compound. We're going to be moving up north now.
Roger that, Delta. Moving north. Do you want us to lead, or is Charlie leading?
No, we'll lead. It's literally just walking up the road again.
There's a second one coming to deal with, isn't there?
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah, it's that one up to our right.
Yeah, we'll... Oh, shit. We'll head down to checkpoint 2, drop this one off, and then we'll head up there.
Roger. Oh, barbed wire there, don't walk into that.
Hello, 1-0 Bravo, this is 1-3 Charlie, message over.
0 Bravo, go ahead, over.
1-3 Charlie, be advised we have just looked through the bunker system on the left of Town A. Seems to be relatively clear, although there is times 2 civilians standing there not really doing much in that bunker system, over.
0 Bravo, roger that. If they're not doing much, just ignore them. Out.
Underwood, where do you want us to go?
We're heading down the main road now towards checkpoint 2 again. So, if you want to catch up.
South, then.
Yeah, south.
Roger that.
Didn't realise they were with us.
Job to catch up.
Yeah, me either.
I thought they was.
Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
I mean, I came. Bless him.
One Charlie, send message over.
1-2 Charlie, are you currently on patrol to the southeast of CP1, over?
Right, moving.
One Delta, affirmative, out.
He said affirmative.
Hello, 1-1 Delta, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
1 Delta, send your message over.
1-2 Charlie, probably not relevant now, however, but we did have a audio on a vehicle to your southeast at that point, and as there was no villages or hovels at that point, it seems suspicious. You just keep an eye on it, over.
1 Delta, roger that, over.
1-2 Charlie, out.
Charlie 1, be advised, I'm going to be moving a civilian vehicle out the way of the voting station. So if I explode, you know, rip me out.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Roger.
Be prepared to be challenged, Peach.
Hey, Peach.
Mr. Chumley.
Oh.
Is that our subtle presence in the area, the fucking lightnings?
Potential. Be advised, we're going to be pushing off to the south-southwest and up the hill.
Hello,
to
CP2, this is CP1, message over.
Sorry, the complex.
CP2, send your message over.
Can I leave this guy here with you?
CP1, you will have a fast ambulance coming
Cool.
through. Oh.
What the fuck?
CP1 out.
Cool, man.
My ass. My ass.
Deep breaths, like
Right, try and stay off the road. Let's get Charlie north, Delta south. Underwood, if you want to take you guys to the
new card.
mosque for now.
South-faced car.
Charlie North.
Who
Delta
just
South.
said Mercedes?
Stop!
Fucking hell, come on.
So Charlie.
Right, we are now challenging everybody. So
Right, guys. Yeah,
Delta
we're heading off to
south.
the south-southwest.
You are challenging everybody, stopping all vehicles.
Peach, if you want to lead us out, mate.
Gibbo, is that your patrol route? Where's Gibbo?
My apologies, I was fucking thinking that Epsilon is you.
Epsilon will never be me.
Mentality, not the same. Colour, yes.
That's racist.
I don't know what you're on about.
Racist against all those Charlie red boys.
All them red, whites,
Hello,
and yellows.
CP2, this is CP1, message over.
Zigzag up the hill. Let's go.
CP2 sent you a message over.
CP1, we had a red pickup truck with 2 times occupants bypass our checkpoint via north. They seem to have gone off-road and have come over on your western side. They were acting suspiciously, over.
CP2, roger that, I'll let the guys know.
Blast through, like, what? Did we start
Well,
shooting
you
at
are,
them?
as
I assume
Spittle
not.
said in the thingy, if they're blasting through, it sounds like you are able to engage because they should be stopping for a checkpoint. But
Right, but they're unarmed and like.
yeah, well, we don't know that. If they're blasting for a checkpoint, we need to make sure. Delta, set yourself up in the extended line. Me and Peach.
Hello,
will go
CP1,
into
this is
room.
CP2's message over.
CP1, send message over.
Oh, shit.
CP2, a red truck is heading to your direction. Over.
Peek over this hill just to make sure.
CP1, roger that, out to you. Hello, 10 Bravo, this is 12 Chai, message over.
And there is nothing up here.
Sweet fuck all.
Yeah.
CP2, send message over.
Climbed a hill for no reason.
12 Chai, that was a message for 10 Bravo, over.
Apologies, 10 Bravo is currently engaged with civilian at this time. Over.
12 Chai, roger that, out.
Right, give me a second.
Uh, 1-2, this is 10 Bravo, message over.
12 Charlie,
Yeah, sorry.
10
I was
Bravo,
changing these,
this red truck is hanging
thingies.
about and acting very suspicious, over.
0 Bravo, roger that, search it. Additional 1-2, 1-3 will be completing their patrol route soon. What I need you guys to do is you're going to be relieved by 1-1, and you guys are going to then proceed on the patrol routes between towns A and B, over.
12 Charlie, roger that. Can I require your assistance on checkpoint 1? I'm unable to go look at the suspicious vehicle whilst manning the checkpoint, over.
0 Bravo, roger, on the way now, out.
Hello, 10 Bravo, this is 12
Right,
Delta,
over to
Mr. Over.
Peach.
0 Bravo,
We're going to be
ahead,
going
over.
into checkpoint 1, over to
12
checkpoint
Delta,
into
one-time
checkpoint 2,
civilian
into 1,
tried
down the
to
road.
move the taxi, or the confiscated taxi, just putting it in a bit safer location.
I'm just moving it.
Right, say again, sorry. Where are we moving? Checkpoint 2.
Yeah, so checkpoint 2, over to 1, down the road, town C, and then back up again.
Fuck, alright.
Fucking hell. Hello, 1-0. This is 1-3 Charlie. Message over.
Delta.
Okay, let's move Delta.
And there was
There's
that
an
bite.
explosion to the north.
Yeah, it was just a guy who fell off his bike.
1-3
Alright,
Charlie, be advised that bike has just blitzed through my lines and gone and exploded on the top of the hills. No casualties, but yeah, I was trying to get hold of you for that. Over.
Roger, I believe it was a road accident.
Yeah, it was. I saw him. He hit a rock and bounced off it.
Right, Delta, let's link up with Charlie.
Oh, really?
1-3, 1-0 Bravo. Once you guys have finished your patrol, you are going to man checkpoint 2 and again have another fire team patrolling the town. Same deal as before. Over.
Oh.
Charlie, where are you?
We're at checkpoint 2. 1-3 Charlie, roger that. I've just arrived at checkpoint 2 now. Do you still want me to move down to town C, or do you want me to relieve checkpoint 2 and then they can do that? Over.
0 Bravo, have you not made it down to town C yet? Over.
1-3 Charlie, negative. I was checking the bunker complexes, but I'm now back at checkpoint 2 to come through and down to C. Over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Just fucking maintain your patrol for now. Finish off down at C and we'll get 1-2 relief from there. Out to you. 1-1, scrub your previous task in. Just hold on CP2 with a fire team patrolling the town until 1-1.
Peach,
Free
if
have
they're happy
returned
for
from
us to
town
go
C.
through,
Over.
we'll go through to 1, then down to town C.
1-1, acknowledged. I will move a fire team out now. Over.
Excuse me, sir.
What about me, Bex?
Can I speak to your manager, please? You think you can tow my motorbike? I crashed.
Be advised, we're moving through checkpoint 2 over to checkpoint 1.
I might have to slow it down for...
Oh yeah, of course there's a fucking Audi R8 and a Ferrari. We'll keep it at a jog only because I think we want to get this done quickly. Be aware, guys, we apparently have got some really rich ragheads in this area.
Have you seen the roller?
Yeah, the fucking Audi R8 and the Ferrari, because that's definitely something that will be owned here. Right,
I'll be moving to a jog.
yeah, bring it up into a normal pace jog.
They see me jogging.
Yeah, every week just after I look after my goats and go to Friday prayers, I like to cruise around in a Ferrari.
Every week, you peasant. It's at least bi-daily.
I want to have so much money that whenever the Ferrari runs out of fuel, I just buy a new Ferrari instead of filling up the tank.
1-1, 1-0 Bravo, message over.
I guess that's kind of what the Saudi Arabians do.
1-1 Charlie, send message over.
Fuck you, Dubai.
1-0, did you acknowledge my last about just maintaining on checkpoint 2 with a fire team patrolling the outskirts of this town? Over.
Oh, it's not.
1-0, we acknowledged it. We were currently dealing with the injured man from the motorcycle crash. He has now been patched up. We're just escorting him back to the mosque. Once he's at the mosque, we'll continue on the patrol. We are still holding down CP2 at this time. Over.
0 Bravo, roger, out.
Hello, 1-2, this is 1-3 Charlie, message over.
1-2 Charlie, wait out. Out to you. Hello, CP2, this is CP1, message over.
CP2, send your message over.
CP1, there will be 2 times sports cars coming through now, over.
CP2, roger, out.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 1-2 Charlie, send message over.
1-2 Charlie, 1-3 Charlie, be advised the ambulance that originally blasted through seems to have now parked up on your south-southeast of your checkpoint. Pass by it, still has 2 times occupancy in it, but I'm not really doing anything otherwise. When I pass by again, I'll see if there's any update on it. Over.
Hey, IP, possible IP on the left side.
I think that's just trash, mate.
I've got vehicle audio from the other side of this wall. I'm gonna go check it out, yeah?
Nope. Civilians are allowed to own vehicles, so unless it's got a very oh, it's a tractor.
Hey, it's worth a look.
Right, let's swing around and go back now.
Cool, just down the same road.
Yeah, same road. Right, we're gonna start heading back.
Are you alright, sir?
Hello, 10 Bravo, this is 12 Charlie, message over.
2 Bravo, go ahead, over.
12 Charlie, can we have a resupply of cable ties, over?
0 Bravo, roger that, I'll get on it. Out.
Someone's been arresting like
10
mad.
Bravo, 11 Charlie, message, over.
Fucking Spittle needs to go to B&Q next time before he does this.
Go ahead, send message over.
10 Bravo, is it potential that we can get body bags as well, over?
0 Bravo, stand by, out. And body bags.
Cable ties of body bags.
I want to know what the fuck they're doing.
It's a fucking serial murderer.
Section hold. Delta, where you are, keeping your eyes out. Me and Peach are going to move over to that campfire that's on your left now. Just make sure there's nothing fishy going on over there. Peach with me.
Yeah, roger that.
Didn't even see that. I was distracted by fucking serial killer talk. This is two chaps chilling, isn't it?
Literally is. Doesn't seem like anything fishy. Cool. Right, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Cool.
They're going to question why we just walked over and just fucking walked off again.
You could remove that marker and put campfire.
Yeah. Right, section on the move.
Roger.
Oh, hello. See you on section. Are you doing the patrol too?
Nope, we just gone from town to sea, coming back down.
Alright.
Proceed.
Ugh.
There's not much going on, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's been pretty bland for us so far. Give it time though.
Apparently not for 1-1 and 1-2 though.
Yeah, 1-1 with the fucking body bags. Right guys, be advised we're going to be turning left in the town on CP1, going over to CP2 and relieving 1-1.
I don't know if he's actually at his keyboard. Well, hold on.
Say again?
I don't know. It seems relieved by something.
Looks like Epsilon's been lined up to be shot there on the left.
Character building. Mikhail, I'm going to relieve 1-1 now for you, mate.
Roger. Hello, 1-1, this is 10 Bravo, be advised 1-3, I'm going to be relieving you from checkpoint 2 now. Out to you, 1-2.
Right, guys.
You guys are
same
going
positions
to
as what
head
we
on
was
your
last time.
patrols
Delta,
of
I want you
zones
to take
A
it
and
south.
C.
Charlie,
Now,
we're going to
over.
take north.
That's what I need.
You want me back on the
Charlie,
turret gun?
roger that, waiting to be relieved,
Please, sir.
Roger, Cafe.
Okay, 1-1,
Hello.
10 Bravo, as mentioned before, you guys are now going to move to checkpoint 1 and the back end of the mosque to set up your positions, over.
Oh,
actually, I tell a lie. It's going to be Delta doing checkpoint.
Charlie, Roger, be
and,
advised, I still have a fire team out doing a patrol as they're away on their
Way one.
move, over.
Zero Bravo, Roger that. In the meantime, move your guys over at checkpoint 1.
Peach.
Relieve Spittle from there. While your other guys finish patrol, they can relieve.
Do you want to do patrol or do you want to do
guys at the mosque over
here?
Let's do checkpoint for a little bit. We did the first patrol, didn't we?
Cool.
1-1 Charlie, Roger.
I
out.
scratched that. Lancaster, can you get in a 50 cal? No, tell a lie, you were here last time. Fuck it. Lundgren, Lancaster, and Maguire, you're going to do a patrol around the town.
Guys out patrol for you guys at the moment.
And pick an extra bod to go with.
1-1 Charlie,
go with
be
you on the
advised,
patrol.
they're just literally being challenged and entering in through CP1 as we speak, over.
You're patrolling.
Zero Bravo, Roger that. Just send them straight to me.
Just walking around.
Yeah, so literally just walk around the town. I'll make a marker for you to walk around, but yeah, that's generally what your thing is going to be.
Oh, fucking chocolate flavour.
Right, so Lancaster, Maguire, and one more.
Yeah, one more to your discretion.
Epsilon, you want to join?
I think he's AFK still.
Scratch that. Peach, do you want to join me, Maguire, and Lancaster on a patrol?
I'd rather stand around for a little bit.
Next one's Scrapper then.
Yeah, Scrapper. Let's go.
My finger's getting sore from pressing the double kick.
I know, tell me about it. Right, let you take south, I'll take north.
Right, so Delta, we'll patrol.
You've got the deer. Oh no, you haven't even got the fucking DMR. Your choice. But it's just going to be us two.
We following you then?
Yeah, just follow me.
I'll take south then. I'll start screaming if it goes wrong.
Righto. I just realised I've only got 2 guys here, Lundgren. I'm going to need 1 extra man. So Scrapper, if you want to come back to town for me and jump in the Mastiff.
I'll stay.
Righto, Lancaster, jump in the Mastiff for me.
So Maguire and Scrapper follow me. Underwood, any particular pattern to patrol or just walk around?
So I've drawn a lovely black line around the outside of the town for you. Just follow that as a guideline. Don't have to follow it to the letter.
I'm back.
Roger that. If you're unbound, you are...
Alright, let's move off-road then, Delta.
You're going to catch up with Delta and go on a patrol around the outskirts of the town.
I'm following Scraper. Is that Delta?
That's great. Exactly what we want.
Did I miss any action?
No, just patrolling.
Well, I'm fine with missing out on that.
Underwood?
Send it. Send it.
Underwood, there's a bunch coming to the southeast. If you want to watch. Want me to get out?
There's a crowd here.
Hello, 1-0 Bravo, this is 1-3 Charlie, message over.
0 Bravo, go ahead, over.
1-3 Charlie, be advised I have got a big crowd of people coming over towards the southern arc of checkpoint 2. We'll question them to see if they're coming in for voting or not, but may need some assistance as it's only 3 of us on this checkpoint. Over.
0 Bravo, Roger that, I'm here now, over.
Hey, what about that guy that was on top of the building with the binoculars? Did anything happen with that?
No, he's inside the town, so he's friendly.
What about the bus?
It was a party bus.
Right, get behind cover. Who's brave enough to go challenge?
And the bunker systems, what happened there?
Nothing.
Hello, CP2, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
1-3 Charlie, send message over.
1-2 Charlie, we are about to push through CP2. Are you all green for us to move through it? Over.
1-3 Charlie, all green. Be advised though there is that big crowd on the south, so if you are heading that way, enjoy. Out.
Hold or I'll shoot. What are you doing? Hold or I'll shoot. We killed him.
He's still there, his body's still there. His body's still there.
Why do you keep...
You kill her husband.
Charlie 110 Bravo, whoever section is currently on patrol around Town B, get them at checkpoint 2 immediately.
I need you at checkpoint 2 now. Coming on the southern side.
Let's get to checkpoint
1-3
2.
Charlie,
Run.
got my guys moving. Out.
Chaps,
get shoulder to shoulder with 1-2.
Can you get whoever's fucking mowed down that guy there to come up to here and fucking start explaining shit?
Gas, gas, gas. Gas, gas, gas.
Alright, they're throwing shit at us now.
Don't engage unless you know it's an actual grenade.
Underwood, we're here now. What do you want us to do?
Just stay shoulder to shoulder with 1-2. If 1-2 engage, then you do. I believe it's only Mikhail that's firing off warning shots at the moment.
Right, let's get shoulder to shoulder.
Medic. Fucking medic on me.
I'm here. Where are you?
Well, put some fucking rounds down and get them away.
Working on left leg.
Yeah, push back now.
Flank targets to all limbs.
Oh god, what the hell?
You focus on the chest.
That was a mistake.
Are you fucking joking? Like, I'm about to pass out and they're just backing them off.
Sir?
Reform, pull back.
Everyone back to your fucking. Everyone back to your position.
Same.
Oh, you doing left leg or?
No, I'm doing the
Okay.
left arm.
I'm actually hurt. Yeah, no worries. Okay, I'm hurt as well.
They ran up on the hill. What about
Okay,
those
applying.
Leave them. Get back to your fucking position now.
Before you say anything, I feel like I was well within my right considering I'm nearly fucking unconscious over here. Just gonna put that out there before you say anything.
I'm a tier.
Like legit almost fucking tier
I'm gonna
1
move on
over
ahead
here.
now. You alright? Yeah.
Anyone who's not meant to be on this checkpoint, get the fuck out. Go.
I'm gonna give you some saline.
Underwood, do we go investigate?
I believe there's shots coming in on checkpoint 1.
Do we go investigate?
No, continue with your patrol. Head round from the north of checkpoint 2 and get in down the rear of checkpoint
Hello,
1.
Charlie 1, this is 1-2 Charlie. I'm putting my
Affirm.
section back to the mosque.
Also,
I will
I
act
have a
as
dude
QR
with
if needed.
binoculars
Out.
staring at the checkpoint. He was one of the civilians that came up and
That's
threw rocks
fine,
at him. What
he's-
do I do?
1-2 Charlie,
He's
1-1
not
Charlie,
engaging.
message over.
1-2 Charlie, send message over.
1-2 Charlie, can you investigate the area to the direct north of the mosque? We've just heard gunfire coming from the market area to the north. Over.
1-2 Charlie, roger that. I've got to stabilise my guys. We just took a load of rocks over.
1-1 Charlie, roger, out.
Alright, I'm all good.
Charlie 1, be advised I am sending my Delta Fire team to go and check out that gunshot. Out. Right guys, as you heard, keep an eye out for what the gunshots were on that northern side of the town. But again, don't engage unless they're engaging you. If they're just firing into a wall, there's no need for us to kill them, but you can question them.
Affirmative. Soft hats or hard hats?
Do soft hats.
Other than going, oh, get back, get back, get back. Like when they're actively fucking throwing shit and like injuring us.
He's had an injection of morphine and epinephrine, by the way. Oh, he just keeps reopening it. I'm just gonna use a stitch kit on you.
Yep, should do it.
Yeah, I just need to get the. I need to get you actually.
Yeah, Lewis, what the fuck are we meant to do in that situation? Because like I
Not
literally,
escalate the situation. That's not
well,
what.
I'm
That's
literally
what,
almost fucking tier 1 over here.
Hello, 1-3 Delta, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
That's a call for you, Lundgren.
Right, so when the big fuck off crowd.
Sorry, I'm treating Mikhail.
What do we do then?
Roger that. Who's currently on the patrol?
That is Epsilon, Scrapper, and myself.
Roger that. Any updates on that contact?
Not really.
No contact seen yet.
I'm stitching him on
1-3 Charlie, send your message. 1-2, over.
1-2 Chai, I have 2 times men that are able to assist
Do we have
with that
any
search. Do you
friendlies
require it?
in
Over.
the center left of the town?
1-3 Charlie. No, I believe that is just random gunshots in the north. No contact as of yet or seen the occupants. Over.
1-2 Chai, roger that. Out.
Send again, Epsilon.
At the left of the center town, are there any friendlies? Because I heard voices there. I just want to make sure. Because there are also 3 civilians there as well.
Just remember the AI do still talk to each other as well.
Sorry, where are we now?
A-firm.
Lundgren to me.
What, Lundy? You want to join us? Is that what you're saying?
Where are you?
Lundgren, be advised.
We are
around
on
northeast.
the east end.
Just on the east side, just past CP1.
Oh, CP1, okay. Moving towards the east.
Be advised, Peach, that guy with the gun is right next to you.
Yeah, he's wearing a police hat, so I assume he's police.
Yeah, Lundy, you see us? We're just crossing the road right now.
He just seems a bit startled from the old gunfire earlier.
Yeah, possibly. Keep eyes on him just in case.
Yeah, he's just laid down there on the hill directly to my west. He's still now.
Oh, are we just continuing the patrol?
That's right.
Roger that. Sorry about that. McCade was pretty badly shot up.
That's fine. Yeah, I didn't realise you were treating him. I completely forgot you were medic.
Yeah, and pulling double duties here. We'll get Epsilon trained as a CMT anytime now, right? Epsilon?
Sounds good with me.
Cool.
As soon as he passes his PTC, yeah, we'll crack on with his training for CMT.
Wait, this will be my 4th op, isn't it?
I'll look at it properly a little bit later, but potentially yes.
I think it might be.
Yeah, because I was in the paradrop one. Then there was
Hello, CP1,
then
this
there
is
was
1-2
the
Chai,
one
message over.
with the one where I missed all the combat one. And then
1-2
there's
Chai,
the one that I was
bus
at before this
requesting
one.
to
But I
leave
can't
by
remember
east.
what
Are they
it was.
clear to move out? Over.
CP1, send them through. Over.
1-2 Chai, roger that. Out.
Was there anybody killed in that interaction? In that engagement?
I don't believe so, but don't quote me on it.
I think Macau was tier 2, and that was probably the only injury or major injury we had.
Yeah, I meant like the other side.
Yeah, there was the
Hello,
one
1-0
with
Bravo,
the,
this is 1-2
there
Chai,
was one
message over.
with,
0 Bravo, go ahead, over.
There was the first one, the second one with this.
1-2 Chai, I have 1 times person requesting to go in and vote. However, he does possess an AK. He is not hostile. However, I request you to take over the talk as I need to get my section out on patrol. Over.
0 Bravo, roger that. Be advised, weapons are legal in this town. I'm on the way now, over.
1-2 Chai, roger that. Out.
Underwood, we're coming up to checkpoint 2. Do you want us to do another patrol, or do you have another tasking for us?
Just keep going round, mate.
A-firm.
Peach, challenge him.
Staggered column.
Hello, Beach.
Hello, Charlie, Charlie 1, 1, 2, Charlie. We are progressing on our patrol. Out.
Passing you. On the move again.
Spittle, where's your patrol going? Sorry, up to town A.
Go to A and then pre-CP1.
Cool.
Right, we're here now in CP2, Underwood.
Roger that. Just keep rotating around until otherwise, really.
Hello, 10 Bravo. This is 1, 2, Charlie. Message over.
Rotating around, say again.
0 Bravo, send last over.
Just repeat
1 to
the
Charlie.
tasking
Regarding
until
the previous
further.
transaction, would you require hard access on or back to soft access over?
0 Bravo, just remain as with your lids on for now. Over.
Binoculars is still
1 to
here,
Charlie.
and just
Roger that.
side comment. Now that I've gone pretty close to him, it's a laser designator, not binoculars.
That's fine. eBay can be a thing over here, I guess.
Hey, from.
Again, because he's got laser, or he's got binos, and he's inside the town, he's not going to be coordinating attacks on us. If he was on a hill, then yeah, possibly.
Alright, just another side comment on that. Sorry for all the side comments. He was one of the people that was grouped up with the civilians throwing rocks, so just a comment.
That's fine. I didn't see him run over here. There was a lot of chaos that was going on and a lot of people running around, so yeah, generally Arma AI is a bitch, so don't worry about it.
A-firm, just wanted to make sure.
Vehicle sounds.
Sounds like checkpoint 1's problem.
Sounds like a you problem.
Oh, your mystery gunner is behind you again, Peach.
GD is. He's a very active little boy.
Charlie 1B of cable ties and body bags in the centre of the town. Out.
Bravo, this is 1-1 Charlie, message over.
Go ahead, over.
1-0 Bravo, be advised, we have just turned away one car who decided he did not want to come through as we were checking vehicles. As we can't stop him, we've let him go through, over.
Roger, out.
Be advised that car is moving around to the north.
Roger that, I'll keep eyes on it. What was it?
An old, beat up, ugly fucking truck. Actually,
Colour?
Color is rust.
Lovely, I'll keep eyes out.
CP2, this is CP1, message over.
CP2, send message over.
CP2, be advised, the vehicle that we turned away from CP1 seems to be going around the middle. He is moving towards the mosque, or moving towards you as we speak. Stop him, do not let him through, and search his vehicle, over.
CP2 acknowledged. May need additional assistance over here if that is the case. I've only got 3 guys here, over.
CP1, roger that. I believe my Delta Fire team at the mosque has actually stopped him at this time as he drove through and tried to circumnavigate the checkpoint, over.
CP2, roger, out.
That word is circumvent, but whatever.
Fucking schooling by Maguire.
Have you seen this absolute state of this guy on this billboard here?
Hello, CP1, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
1-2 Charlie,
The guy with the AK.
1-2 Charlie,
I think
patrol
she's
coming in from
glamorous.
the north, over.
He's got an AK and he's shooting
1-1 Charlie
rockets.
acknowledges, we'll wait for your arrival, over.
That is fucking
1-2 Charlie out.
patriarchy, if you could ever think of it.
I'd follow that man. I mean, look at them glasses.
CP2, be advised there is a truck on its way towards you. It has been cleared. It's just got goats. It's going north. Over.
CP2 Aurora out. It actually does just have goats.
This guy running into the base right now.
What's that?
By the mosque. This guy running into the base.
Might just be AI glitching out. Remember, after not being told to stop moving, they may just fucking decide to move and start running.
That is what it is, sorry.
I suspect it's after all the gunfire as well. They'll be running around scared.
What I would suggest is just pay attention to the AIs. If they're moving like AIs and really fucking retardedly, it's an AI. It's just going to be panicking. If it's moving like it's Zeus owned or like how we do during operations, yeah, fucking bring that up. That's a serious issue.
Hello, Paige.
Hello.
Are you having a fun wiggle?
Red vehicle behind you guys.
Do we stop it or continue?
Peach will stop it, but I want you guys to there assist him. So when you get through to the checkpoint,
Checkpoint 2,
get
be
into the centre.
advised that vehicle's coming through. He is
Hey,
clear. Over.
Let's get on the job.
Checkpoint 2 acknowledges. Additional, we got a red vehicle coming up. Just going to check it now. Out.
We got
Hold.
civilian down here.
You just got run over.
Hold there. Right, I'm going to need some assistance over here.
Hello, Charlie, Charlie 1, this is 1-2 Charlie. Patrol now progressing to town,
Treating a
Charlie.
civilian here in the middle of the road.
Can I get some
Hey,
guys over
alright,
here for
man.
me? How you doing, sir?
How you doing? Lovely day.
I'm not bad, thank you. How are you?
Yes, good. Going surfing.
I'm not too sure where the beach is around here, mate. Where is it?
I just drive till I find water.
Ah, it's a bit of a weird one. Cool. Do you mind if we just check your vehicle over, just in case?
Yeah. There's only surfboards and porn mags.
Ah, fantastic. Then if that's the case, I hope you don't mind. We just have a quick look. May have some vintage porn in there. Langwin, can you inform 1-0 that I've got a guy changing his tyres at the north side of the checkpoint 2, please? How's your day been anyway?
Say again?
Hello, CP1, this is 1-2 Charlie. You have 1 times ambulance coming in from the south.
Lovely, I know. It's a good bit of sun today, isn't it?
CP1 acknowledges.
Alright, now that the red vehicle is cleared,
it's
do
hot.
we
I can
continue
tell you
patrol,
your balls are
or
sweaty.
do we stay here?
You don't even know,
have to
my
say
friend.
it's
It
nice.
is absolutely terrible. It's
Yes, I bet.
pretty sweaty.
Okay, clear.
Cool. Yeah, you're more than welcome to
Thank
go
you.
through then, sir.
Good day, man.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your surfing.
I'll find some water. Don't worry.
One
Any
hopes.
circles in there, but... And that's the car that ran over the other dude.
Hold there for me, please, sir. Hold there.
Stop.
Do you just jump out the vehicle quickly, just so I can have a little word quickly? How you doing?
Motherfucker came through in white car, crashed into me. Look at my screen.
I know. I'm sorry about that. I saw it. It was. I know. You'll have to see if you can find out the guy's registration and everything like that. Do you mind if I just quickly have a check over your car, just in case? So we've had some dodgy activity around here recently, and we need to just check everyone's vehicle.
Go ahead.
So Underwood, we have a dead guy in the middle of the road here at CP2. What do we do?
Fantastic. Call it into 10 Bravo, and in actual fact, there should be some bags in the centre. Go grab one and then put him in it.
Why did you open my trunk without
HL station, 30 seconds.
I was just looking
I'll
inside,
go
sir.
and grab the body bags.
I mean, you got nothing to hide, right?
I don't, but you don't open my car without me saying to open my car. That's very fucking rude.
Okay, well, you're the one that ran over a person, not me, so
I did not,
let's not point fingers.
I did not run over anyone.
Really? Why is you?
To me.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yep.
Nah, he did get run into by another car. Still, how's your day been anyway? You must be pretty warm like I am in this this sweltering heat.
Jacket is not suited for this weather, I don't think. I am very warm.
Yeah, I can definitely tell. Same with me. It's very shitty weather. Well, it's good weather, but
Hello, Zero One
really
Bravo.
warm.
This is 1-3.
Yes. I think you might need to take your jacket off, mate. It might help you cool down a little bit.
I will get changed when I get home.
I don't blame you. Anyway, you're more than welcome to go through, mate. We've had a little look. No worries with what you've seen.
Zero Bravo, Roger
Enjoy the rest of your
there
day.
should be
Whereabouts
body
are you
bags
heading?
in the centre and they have a mosque grab there, but you should be able to bag them up and move it from there. Over.
I'm going to probably go home now with insurance. I will be just heading straight through.
Are you going directly south, sir? Straight through on this main road?
Yes, I will be.
Righto. Right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, sir. And I'm sorry about the bit of damage.
They said around there. Why didn't you ask one of the chaps that's there?
They're claiming they only
No
have
problem. Enjoy the
doggy
rest of your day. Be aware, south side. You're going to have a vehicle come straight through. Yeah, Lancaster.
Yeah, don't antagonise, I know.
Not that, it was the case that you did open up his bonnet, his boot, just before he'd even said yes. So feel free to look around the outside of the car and everything, but obviously don't look at the contents of the car unless he gives permission. If he doesn't, then obviously I can then query it. But yeah, otherwise, cracking job. Although I don't need to fucking tell you that, you're ex-sick anyway. Mr. Maguire, how are you?
Right, I'm coming for the
Yeah, good.
Enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's fine. It's bracing, all this walking around in the open air.
Shame your knackers aren't out. They'd be getting some nice wafting.
Yeah. In fact, in real life, they are.
Oh, mate, that is need to know information.
No, I'm bullshitting you. I do have all the windows open though, and the fans full on.
Ah, it's alright. My knackers are out. I don't blame you. And I got the windows
Please tell
open
me
and
it's
the
not going to
fans
be
on.
that hot tomorrow.
Back on station.
Righto. Lundgren, if you want to take it over towards just behind the Mastiff, probably in the trees, or behind the building, I don't know. Did Mikhail actually say where you want to put him?
No, but I guess by the other body.
Yeah, fuck it, put it there. We can use them like a tally. As soon as we hit 5, you have to cross over the top.
Sounds good.
You know, I'm wondering, how did this railway wreckage get here? There's a story in that, right?
With a lot of
I actually didn't realise that. I just realised the occupants of that truck is still in there. Are they? No, they're not. It's just
Yeah, it's been it's been parked all the time.
Hello, CP1. This is 1-2 Charlie. Message over.
Hello. Right, I'm going to go back over to the other side.
Oh, look out! There's a police car.
Police car just
a police car.
rammed through at fast fucking speed.
Very nice police car.
All cops are bastards.
Holding Pete. There shouldn't be any. Fuck off.
John Charlie 1, 10 Bravo, 112 have came back through CP1. Head back to the vehicles and mount up. We're going to be getting out of here. Out.
Does anyone know which direction Razman is?
No. If he doesn't know, then just send him
Hello,
south.
Charlie 1, this is 1-2 Charlie. We'll be pushing through CP1
Vehicle
in no
looks
more than
clear.
30
No,
seconds.
Rasman is in the north. It's where we passed through. It's halfway from between here and the base.
Wanna do it? Okay. Do you want business card?
Query why he's in a police car.
Yes.
Lovely.
Oh, mate, what's your driving?
What a twat.
If I hadn't moved, I would have been ran over.
That was actually not a bad stunt.
It was pretty impressive, to be honest.
I mean, he missed me by about a millimeter, and then he did this banking turn, flip. Pretty good.
Deja vu.
Police cameras action.
He's got a really flashy car, but his attire wasn't like on point.
It was a fucking police car. It's not a flashy car. It has flashing lights on it.
Did you hear that fucking engine and that stunt? That was a flashy car if I've ever seen one. He must have stolen it from somewhere, I reckon.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I think we're going to have to start a new TV series. Couldn't my ride? Raghead edition.
I'm not sure the BBC would go for that one.
If I remember correctly, it was on MTV anyway, so it's fine.
I'm sure Jeremy Clarkson would take it.
Fuck you, I was just about to say that.
I've watched that shit.
I'm pretty sure that show is called Top Gear, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. You seen that one where they drive through Afghanistan and fucking beat up cars?
Yeah, and they all wear hijabs and pretend to be women.
Oh, I didn't remember that bit, but I remember the bit where they
Charlie 1-1-0 Bravo,
filled his
call it all in
fucking
and ready to
doors
go.
full of sandbags.
1-3 Charlie is all in, ready to go.
Where are we all in?
We're all in our position.
Yeah, basically we're waiting for everyone to get into the compound or into the town, and then we're mounting up and fecking off out.
Right, I was thinking about the vehicle.
We haven't been bombed once. I'm disappointed.
Don't worry, the time will come.
Yeah, like where's my van full of insurgents or
Want to try deploying
anti-personnel
all mounted out.
landmines?
Oh, I tell a lie, it is to mount up. Right, mount up, same positions as last time.
Oh, they were a lot closer than that.
Peach, can I make a Zeus suggestion?
Go for it.
We need more Four Lions quotes.
Or like, I've never seen it, but
Oh.
I'll look up some quotes just for you.
My god, you need to fucking watch it. It is the fucking most hilarious thing you'll ever see.
I need some dude asking me to buy 12 bottles of bleach.
Rub it in your rapids, brother.
Let's bomb Boots.
1-0 Bravo, 1-1 Charlie, all in, out.
Bomb the internet. In it, bruv.
Peach, if you've got Amazon Prime, just watch it.
Fucking alright, I might have to.
It's on there, and it is the funniest insurgency film you'll ever see.
I've seen that clip where they jump over the wall.
Over the wall, and
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them blows a sheep up. Oh, I didn't even fucking hear that.
Taking down the infrastructure, brother.
Wait, 1 second. Are we lead or not?
I don't know. If everyone stops behind us, then I'm assuming yes.
So I'm guessing yes then.
Oh, okay, no, I just heard Duffy say first person's taking up the back.
Who?
First person is apparently taking up the back.
Right, did you ask? Like, are we supposed to go or what?
Alright, 1-0 Brothers, 1-3 Charlie, message over.
Send over.
1-3 Charlie, do you want us to just go like this? Over.
0 Bravo, roger that when I said in the order of Mossad we're currently in, out.
Alright, fucking
The sass.
sassy. Like, I noticed that with Mikhail, you can tell he slowly gets really, really angry throughout an entire operation to the point where he just can't be bothered anymore. And it generally happens within the first 5 minutes of the operation. It's great. Maggie, swing the gun to the front for us.
He got pretty annoyed once he gunned down all them civilians.
Yeah, that is just Mikhail though. It's the man I have grown to know and enjoy watching. That's so fucking creepy.
He started shooting and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Alright. I love he was the only one engaging with his pistol as well.
Well, I didn't want to start shooting as well. Like, he just started lighting him up. I was like, what the fuck? Like, warning shots first, surely. Oh, well.
Let's hope we see videos of that.
Pull off to the right side.
Right, I'm off station for 30 seconds.
Righto.
I'm still sad we never got to see any, like, real action, you know?
Yeah, we didn't really get much. We just did a lot of patrolling.
More of a training op tonight. Whenever we actually do this in campaign, I'm sure you'll see a bit more action.
Oh, mate, it's
Mikhail
going to be...
that stuff was action.
It will be
the only like type of the only type of action we had were those wankers throwing rocks.
Well, even that didn't happen to us. It only happened to Mikhail. Unfortunate, I think, is the word I'm going to use.
Yeah, I didn't want to start shooting either, because like.
Yeah, because I heard the gunfire. I was like, do we shoot warning shots? But then I'm sitting over here with an LMG. I was like, I don't think that's a good idea.
But in Mikhail's defense, I think them objects that are thrown do a lot of damage. Because I got hit by one and I was pretty torn up. So.
Vic 1, be advised, object in the centre of the road is a antenna. Over. Out even. Oh, we got a bike running out.
Acknowledged out.
Charlie, what be advised? Bike passing us.
Please let this bike have an ID.
Knock him off.
No.
Please let this bike have an ID. Please, I want it to have an ID.
I hope he blows up in a field somewhere.
Yeah,
like
dude,
the last
come
one.
on. I want some action. Just
funny.
have the.
Right, am I turning left up here?
Keep going. Where it says right, you turn left there.
Yeah. I get as much. Oh, my frames in these cities, good God.
Oh God. Vic 1, turn left. Out.
Alright, who's gonna jump out and get the gate?
Lundgren, grab the gate if you're back.
Yep. Yep.
Can I be the gate guy instead? Lundgren
Sure.
got to be it last time.
Fuck it,
Sure,
you
you
be
can.
like,
Go
gate
ahead,
guy.
gate guy.
It's a gate
Right,
at the
go.
end of the day.
Just little things, eh?
Yeah, it is. And he can't quite do it.
Let's see if you can figure out how to open a gate.
Right, go through.
We're not fucking waiting on him. Okay.
No.
Go!
We'll leave him there. He'll have a conversation with the gate. Right, keep pushing up.
Move.
And let's see what you're driving so I can try and put it back into the position we were parked up in.
Oh, I don't even know where we were parked.
We were the far end.
Oh, we were parked in fucking tight though.
Yeah.
Just take all the spaces.
Yeah, parking sideways. We're between the Mastiff and the Coyotes.
Oh!
God.
Oh, Peach.
Don't worry about it.
Peacherino.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 1-2 Charlie, those are my boxes, out.
Oh my God.
We'll say it was Epsilon.
Right, I don't think we can get
Now
out.
I won't be able to get
Right,
out.
jump out. Yeah, you need to put it forwards a little bit, mate.
Oh, no, you can.
Well, you wanted it in tight.
Charlie 1, once you've parked up and dismounted the vehicles, index. Note.
I'm alright. Okay, you can't do it.
Right, index if you're already at the vehicles.
Oh no, he's dead! He died of an aneurysm.
Right, 1-3, index. I'll meet you in the channel.
I was just gonna actually last it. Oh yeah, Morgan's gone.
Let it run.
Thanks, mate. Fucking Americans.
Excuse me?
Watch out, you got an American here
My
with
bad
an
ping
AR.
doesn't mean I'm
Am I fucking transmitting now?
I can see you.
Right, index.